Hey guys, it's us here, Mark our Madman, with our 40th Madman podcast, your home for all the latest and hottest anime, gaming, and pop culture news for the week and beyond. I'm Madman. I'm going to be discussing the many topics for today's show with our panel, CMoney and Doodle.
What's up?
What up, what up? I feel like we talk so slow
In comparison
to how fast he does that intro.
Well, what's up?
Like, we need to talk like that because we want to talk so fast that nobody will ever hear us ever in life.
I mean, they could hear us.
I mean, can they?
Yeah.
Well, then that makes sense. That works.
Okay. All right.
So we're here.
Here we are.
Here we are. Oh, man.
What's going on, you guys? What's up, Madman?
Oh, there's a lot to talk about. It's been a pretty wild week, to say the least.
There is a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about. A lot of good topics.
It might horrify you.
I think it's going to be an interesting group of conversations that are collected here today.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
But yeah, so we've been doing well. We had a bunch of videos and shorts and stuff that we put up this week. Thank you guys who have subscribed, because we are up to 1,200 and change. So that's pretty cool.
Woohoo! Yes, that's always good.
Yeah, keep it going.
Okay.
And listen, if you stumbled across us and you hadn't heard us before, take a listen. Throw us a little like button. Hit that. Bam, bam.
The subscribe button.
Subscribe. Yeah,
why not?
That'd be cool.
Trust me, you won't forget it.
So
regret it.
We are opening it up now. So we are going to, just put a community post together, every week. Just if anybody has any questions or any topics they want to go over, we'll definitely cover those topics or answer those questions before the rest of the topics get done. So right now, I'm ready to start.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready too.
Now, don't you have some things to say?
Yeah, we're gonna do it later. We have it in.
Oh, okay.
We have it built in. Don't worry. I'm gonna say my piece.
You should.
You
should.
Talking a lot of smack.
You were.
But it's okay. I'll say my piece. Let's get that. I gotta work up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't
warm up. Stretch.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
Okay, so Nintendo has announced Nintendo Live 2023 Seattle, an in-person event for fans of all ages that will take place in Seattle, as you'd expect, this September. Experience Nintendo Switch gameplay, live stage performances, tournaments, photo ops, and more. Oh, this sounds pretty legendary on Nintendo's part. What do you got to say about this?
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Like,
I mean, it just sounds like they're E3.
Yes,
kind of, but they're not probably not going to reveal shit.
It feels bigger. It sounds bigger because it's all Nintendo,
Yeah, but this is typical. This is basically in their little section of the world at E3 that they had.
That's what they would
do. They had the gameplay. They got people dancing up on the stages and doing stuff. They had tournaments on the other side. You could take pictures. Literally, what they just said.
That's so cool.
I mean, it is. When I was there that one time, that was so awesome. I did go to the Nintendo area, and it was a very different area from the rest. Like, they really
go all out.
It's like you feel like you're walking into Disney.
Yeah.
Obviously smaller scale, but Nintendo, like, once you cross a certain area, it's like, all right, this is Nintendo's world, and you're just living in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're so creative, and it sounds like that's how this is going to be. That's pretty cool that they're this is obviously probably a much cheaper way for them to do, than to have to pay up, to advertise elsewhere, like, E3. So they're going all out, it seems,
so this is in Seattle, Washington, though. So it's not Cali. So it's like when is this taking place? Like, is it happening?
September, Madman had mentioned, right, Madman?
Yep, September this year. Are you guys hyped?
I'm freaking... Are they going to, let us see? Are we going to be able to watch if we don't go?
No, it's an in-person event exclusively. It's not really like watch the conference and stuff. It's just if you're a Nintendo fan, you're going to love it. You're gonna
I feel like I'm going to be missing out because I would love to be there. So I'm jelly.
You'll get to meet all your favorite characters like Mario, Tom Nook, and Inkling. It's going to be an
You're
experience.
making it worse for me, Madman.
Oh,
You're making it worse.
Sorry, Doodle. I didn't mean to doodle on your parade.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's so cool.
That's cool. You know, they should have a place for Nintendo fans to gather and celebrate.
It's just, they moved on very quickly. They were like, all right, no E3, here we go.
Yeah.
It's
our time to shine.
Yes.
It's our time to shine.
I love that they're not like letting it go and they're just doing their own thing. Nintendo has been leading the pathway. Like, everybody sleeps on Nintendo. Like, PlayStation talking crap about it being between them and Xbox and Nintendo not really being a competitor. Nintendo like leads the way with a lot of the things that take place. You know, Nintendo Direct, here we go, everybody follows. Yeah. Now they're like, all right, forget E3, we're going to make our own thing. Watch how many are going to follow. You know, Xbox is going to follow suit with it. They're going to go and make their own stuff too. You know it. Philly is just picking up whatever Nintendo's dropping. Listen, you know what I'm saying?
If it works, it works.
That's
you know
true.
Like,
but
listen, there's as much
no
as
shame though. He got no shame.
Listen, as much as it's like, oh, it's so similar, but for the people who are not experiencing it, they're gonna be happy that they are getting to experience it, right?
For sure.
So yeah, Philly, Xbox man, do what you gotta do.
Take notes.
What can I say? Xbox.
Turn Xbox into
just
Nintendo.
Pay attention to them for once.
I'm cool with that. I mean, aside from the games.
Xbox has been watching for a long time, and like they continue to try to follow in like Nintendo's footsteps.
I mean, they share, right? Because like Nintendo didn't really mess with online, and Xbox was like the online master, right? So they're going and, you know, realizing that they should do that. You know, Xbox came up with the subscription for games, and Nintendo is hopping along the train. It's a mutual beneficial relationship.
I couldn't hear you. Did you say something? See?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get that. Nintendo has been leading the way.
They're leading the way, 100%.
Here they go.
Not even close. They are gone. Just like this topic. Man, what is next?
Well, on the trend of Nintendo juicy news, the Super Mario Brothers movie has just made $500 million at the global box office. As of April 14, 2023, the Super Mario Brothers movie has grossed about $500 million around the world, making the film the most successful video game adaptation in history.
Now,
what do you guys have to say about this?
I have a question. Do you guys think that they get together with Philly and they just dance about the freaking 2023 year that they're having? I mean, Xbox and Nintendo are just living it up. And Jimmy Jim is having like the worst year of his life.
Well, Xbox will hopefully get to dance on the dance floor and sing his little heart out, but not yet. Not until it's 100% complete, that deal. Then they'll be warming on the floor, you know?
Yeah, they're having a good year though, but Nintendo is killing it. This is crazy, and I'm so happy that, because this is what I was hoping for when they were first coming out with the whole Mario movie situation. It was like, oh my gosh, like it's so nerve-wracking because like we've seen the old movie and it was like pure garbage. Amazing. And then like now they're making another Mario movie finally, like so many years later. Yeah. And they had to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're a Mario fan, you're gonna love it. I got to see the movie, and I am very happy with what they did. They did a very good job. 8 out of 10. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty great.
Wow. An 8
out of 10. That's not so good,
That's
man.
Not good. I don't know if you know what's going on these days. You're basically saying that this was trash.
I'm sorry. The only problem is that if you don't like Mario, you're not gonna like it. They don't do anything to flesh out the story. It's literally just if a Mario game was a movie. That's not a bad thing, but it's not accessible if you don't like Mario. If you don't know Mario, you don't like it.
I love
Mario. And it's great. It's fantastic.
But do you like Mario?
Obviously, yes, me.
So then how do you know how it is
to not
for
be
someone
a fan.
to
Well,
watch it
obviously,
who does not like it.
Well, I'm sorry for not giving it a 10. I'm just saying that obviously it's a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. The story was not the deepest. Obviously, like I wish there was more Luigi in it and showing a little more of the relationship, fleshing it out a bit. A lot of characters don't really go through much character development. They're just the same exact fucking characters, identical from start to finish. And that could like leave a little, it leaves you wanting more a bit. Want to explore the world a bit more and stuff.
They leave you wanting more because
they could have.
Like,
I'm
is
not
Mario
saying
supposed to quit his fucking job? Like, fuck this. I will become a stripper. Let's go, Peach. Let's go fucking
I'm not
strip.
saying, he must mean you wanted to be a mafia boss with drugs and guns. Like, geez, I'm not saying that. What the fudge? I'm saying explore the relationships a bit more. Maybe a little more backstory. And so, like, they teased a little bit of what happened to Peach before she became princess.
Now,
and it's kind of like, but it would be cool they delved more into that. She talked about how there's so many worlds out there. I don't know. Maybe you flesh it out a bit more.
Madman.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What is it?
Madman. Keywords. It leaves you wanting more. That's the whole point. They want to make more movies. This is just the beginning. So if it leaves you wanting more, that's a good thing. Also, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you and I talked about this back and forth. The fact that they can't steer Mario away from who he is.
That's like make him dark. I just said there were some moments in the beginning where they had some really cool moments between Mario and Luigi. It didn't make them see the wahoo, let's go. It showed that there was actually a relationship between them. That they actually they had like a bond, and it was cool to see them interact like normal humans. And they split them up right away, and you don't see that again until like the very end. And it's
but there are rumors that there's going to be a Luigi's Mansion movie. And also,
Chris
hold on,
mentioned that in the
I would like to finish this thought. The fact that we would be up in arms if they change Mario too much or his story, because we are waiting for a Mario movie. So it does have to be authentic to what we're expecting of him.
Well, yeah, it still doesn't change the fact. Obviously, it's not a 10 out of 10. Like, maybe in terms of, like, references, Easter eggs, it was all brilliantly hidden. There are so many references that it's literally insane. Like, and the music, oh my god. If you want to talk about 10 out of 10, the soundtrack is a 10 out of, 11 out of 10, bro.
Also, if it's 11 out of 10, then that makes the movie 9 out of 10.
They have pieces of music from... But no, there's parts of the story. It's like a 7. It's good. It's average Mario story. The only real surprise is the third act, the final fight scene, which actually was a bit jarring. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta tell you, man, you're making it sound like all the people who gave Mario Odyssey a 10 are drunk. Mario Odyssey should be a 8 or a 7 compared to what you're saying right now. Because there's no character development in Mario Odyssey.
Well, no. There's a difference. With Mario Odyssey, it's different because you're actually playing it. You're playing through these worlds. You're interacting with the world. A movie or a painting or other piece of artwork can show you a great world. But with video games, they can take you into that world. And that's what Mario Odyssey does great. Obviously, it deserves those 10s because it accurately brings you into this world where you feel like that you are actually running as Mario, doing all these crazy things. You control every little thing he does. The way that he moves, the gameplay, buttery smooth, the platforming, everything is excellent about it. Not to mention the soundtrack, low-key is fucking great. Like, that deserves a 10. But this Mario movies can only take you so far. So, as good as a movie as it is, it does a great job of adapting the source material. Great movie overall. But to call it a fucking masterpiece, that's a bit much because obviously they could have done more to the story. Not saying to make it some graphic R-rated shit to give it depth, but I'm saying is that they could have expanded on the characters a bit more. Not saying to make it the most in-depth stories of The Godfather, but there's obviously stuff they could have done that more. And I'm happy with what they did. It was a great first movie, and there was a lot of excellent aspects of it.
How long did you want this movie to be, Madman?
Badly.
For this character development that you were expecting, because obviously
these people at some point
they gave us more than I thought, right? Like they have freaking Mario Kart style, like they gave us Mario Galaxy feel. They have freaking.
Well, I want the next Mario game movie. If they ever do Mario Bros. 2, I want them to do it based heavily on maybe either Sunshine or Galaxy. That'd be cool.
Let me contact them and I'll let them know what you're expecting.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Like the Mario movie itself, I had a very fun time watching it. The pacing, I feel like the funny thing is that when they actually got to the Mushroom Kingdom, it actually started to slow down a bit, the pacing. Like it was less interesting in the Mushroom Kingdom and more interesting in Brooklyn, where Mario and Luigi. Well, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into spoiler shit of what they're doing, but it's cool to see what they're doing when they're not saving the world and shit. It's actually really interesting. And they started to pick up when they introduced the Donkey Kong and friends, and like when things really start to ramp up. In the Mario Kart segment, my fucking god! Like some people thought it was unnecessary, but I thought that was epic. That was probably the best scene, other than the Peaches scene with Bowser. Probably the best scene with Mario and friends in it. I don't know. It was a fun time. If you're a Mario fan, you'll get a fucking kick out of it. If you don't like Mario, you're probably not gonna like it much. But I don't know. I had a great time with it.
If you don't like Mario, I don't know why you would be going to see the Mario movie though.
To take the kids
only people who hate Mario watch that movie.
Yeah, but
that's the only way it works.
I'm really freaking happy that it's doing this well.
Of course, I am too.
So that's pretty dope.
I'm happy. I want a Zelda movie really badly. Badly. That should be their next thing. Zelda movie. I would love that. Based it on Ocarina of Time, that'd be epic.
What if they don't base it on that?
It doesn't have to be exactly. Twilight Princess would be cool too. Maybe Breath of the Wild even. I don't know. It might be too soon, but Breath of the Wild could be cool too.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to give you the character development that you're expecting.
Zelda already has great character development. Of course they'll give character development. They have to.
Zelda has great character development.
You play Breath of the Wild, now the story itself is kind of basic.
This man does not speak.
Not Link, it's the characters around him. You play Breath of the Wild. If you find the memories,
guy you play as. And he does nothing but serve this lady blindly, trying to save her constantly. Basically, it's Mario.
No, it's not. Don't be disrespectful. Sorry, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, those are fighting words.
I'm sorry. The story of Breath of the Wild is much more fleshed out than a Mario game.
Wow.
I guess somebody should not have gone to see the Mario movie.
Like, I'm not saying that, like, because, like, Mario's obviously not the most fleshed out game in the world. I love Mario. I enjoy Mario games a lot. Galaxy's amazing. Odyssey is amazing. Like, there's so many great games for them. But obviously, I'm not looking for a masterpiece of sort of storytelling. And obviously, Breath of the Wild, it lets you choose how much you flesh out the story. That's the beauty of it.
It's not a story game.
Exactly. I'm not expecting that much.
It's an overall topic, and then you get to just go ahead and play. Like, that's not what Mario...
Yeah, let's not pretend that Nintendo, they might be cool with all these games that they make, but they're dog shit for story. They don't have
the closest they ever got to storytelling.
But it's not
The Last of Us.
Yeah, it's dog shit for story. It's the same story over and over again. The world's in trouble. You gotta save it. Kill Ganon. Kill some other fucking bad guy that they made. I can't wait for
your Tears of the Kingdom rant near the end where you apologize, quote unquote. Meanwhile, you mock Zelda for like 10 minutes right now.
I'm talking shit about you trying to frame Mario as inadequate, and then you turn around and act like Zelda is some type of fucking masterpiece of storytelling.
I didn't say it was masterpiece of storytelling.
The fucking guy doesn't talk.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for not giving the Mario movie a 10.
And then the talking that does happen is, oh, Link, the world is gonna end. We need your help. Come to me. Oh. Like literally. Thank you. Literally, that is your storytelling for fucking Zelda. So don't sit here and go through this rampage on Mario about how inadequate it is, yet turn around and try to even give Zelda an ounce of fucking credit for their story.
Okay, well, okay. I enjoyed the Mario movie a lot. Great movie. I'm gonna want it when it comes on Blu-ray. I'll preserve that shit in my room. But still, obviously, I didn't knock it. You only started attacking. We were like, hey, 8? That's pretty low, buddy. Sorry I didn't give it a 9 or 10 out of, like a 10 out of 10. Perfect movie. 5 stars. Like, geez.
Listen, no one is attacking you. But when you say words like brilliant and you speak of so highly of the music and everything else.
Fucking thing ever. Fucking hardcore 8. Like, no, bitch. You know the world that we live in.
And 8 is not great.
Fucking great.
The story's good. The characters are okay. Like, I feel like that they try to change. Like, Toad was fine. Peach, they made her like she's very different. They made her really strong in this one, which I don't mind. Well, they kind of made her into a picture perfect character, which that leaves very little room for development. If they gave her one flaw but she overcomes it by the end and she becomes a stronger character or something, that'd be cool. Or Mario,
was
Mario, they did that.
She not
Mario's
captured?
the only one that they actually gave some interesting character development.
Was she captured or not?
Huh?
Was she captured?
Well, dang, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, you keep asking questions about this shit.
Let's not get too into it. But listen, the whole point is that you can't go to watch the Mario Brothers movie and not expect it to be the Mario Brothers story. I think that adding all these other characters, Donkey Kong, and adding Mario Kart and all this extra stuff, even freaking musical situation, like, I feel like they did go above and beyond. But, you know, to each their own. And 500 million, that's just ridiculous. Kudos to Nintendo, because they must be celebrating like a motherfucker right now.
They're like, how many more of these we're going to make?
Yeah.
Then they're going to make the next one, and it's going to do dog shit. And they're going to say, well, that's it. We ain't making no more. Cancel the rest. All right. Let's cancel this topic and move on to the next one.
Oh, shit. All right. So next up on the dock. Bucket list.
Bucket list.
Koji Kondo's legendary composition, Ground Theme, more commonly referred to as the Super Mario Bros. Theme, has just become the first piece of video game music to be preserved in the Library of Congress. The iconic theme debuted in 1985 for the hit video game Super Mario Bros. On the NES, and for the past 40 years has been replayed, orchestrated, and relished by the masses, and will continue to for years to come. What do you guys have to say about this?
Doodle, real quick.
Yes.
Do the Super Mario Brothers theme song.
Exactly.
There you go.
Anyone can do it.
You're ready. I was thinking.
Mario 3? The Mario 3 theme.
One.
What the fudge? Ew, that's not the Mario theme. No one would ever walk up to someone and be like, that's a Mario theme. Oh, yeah. That's a Mario 3 theme.
That's one of those standout songs
from the water boards.
Now, probably Mario 64's Bomb on Battlefield. Or probably Gusty Garden Galaxy from Galaxy.
Okay. Well, let's not everybody leave the fucking show. Man. Might have to mute this shit real quick.
There's a lot of iconic Mario piece of music. But this is obviously the most iconic.
That's it, all right? That's it. Holy shit.
That was good, man. That was good.
How about Say My Case? Typical.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, I was around when this actually came out and released, and for the life of me, when I heard the Mario theme song, I'm like, dude, there is no one theme song.
Well,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
called
Like,
the Ground Theme.
There's so many songs that are so notable in the Mario history that it's like, which one are you talking about? They
well,
also
this is
be in
just
the fucking
first one in, you know? They're trying to pull
gaming
Disney,
music,
you know?
Right now, you already did it, and I couldn't do it right now. I feel like I've just blanked on it. I don't even know what it is.
I'm not gonna do it again.
Like, obviously, like Mario was the first.
It.
Like, there's obviously other iconic musics. Like, there's a Tetris theme, and there's obviously the Halo theme. That
why you
like, there's so many iconic pieces of music. Mario beat them all as number one in the Congress's eyes. So you know. This is a moment to behold. Hey, who knows? Maybe they will actually get into the Library of Congress following years, you know? This is big news.
It is. I agree. That's pretty cool.
The video game barrier has been broken.
You know what's the best thing about it for the guy who made this?
What?
Right? It was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I see, like, he gave some quotes around here about how he did it or whatever.
Yes.
Like, it's so long ago that you can create the most bullshit story of how it came to be.
Oh, for sure.
And nobody could question it.
No.
Like, one day I was just sleeping. I was like,
the Mario song.
I was like, oh shit, it just came to me.
That's fucking. Actually, did you know that Koji Kondo, the guy who made the original song, actually came back for the Super Mario Bros. Movie soundtrack and orchestrated and produced a lot of the pieces of music in that movie.
You know, that's really cool.
That's
that
why the music sounds so epic. What
brought
the
him
fudge?
back.
Yeah,
You know?
give him some respect.
Yeah.
Question is, where has he been since he made the fucking first one?
What have you done?
I
Not
don't
that
know.
he hasn't done anything.
They probably
but
said, listen, bro, we're going to use this song, okay? If you want to be credited, then you're going to do the whole soundtrack for free. If not, we're going to say somebody else made the song.
He's also
What do
done.
you
He
wanna
also did the
do?
soundtrack
Right?
for Ocarina of
Threats.
Time, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. He also did those.
Listen, if he's made anything else in a name for himself, then it was on his terms, you know? But if not, like, I don't know what else he's done, but if he hasn't done anything much, then it was kind of like a...
Well, he also did Punch Out.
Probably
His
like what you
latest video
said.
game was Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope. He did the music for that. So he's out and about when it comes to video game movie music and stuff like that.
so you mentioned one other video game that's not like Mario.
Punch Out.
Okay.
Zelda. I gave you 2.
And Sparks of Hope.
Mario + Rabbids. I guess that's kind of not Mario-ish.
Hey,
yeah.
just to know that alongside the Mario theme, Queen Latifah was also inducted. So
And All Over Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey was just inducted as well. And
Yeah.
Gasoline by Daddy Yankee. There were some other songs.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right.
So Kondo's like a fucking superstar now.
He's just as iconic as Mariah Carey. Got those pipes of gold, you know?
Oh yeah.
Good for him.
Cool, man. Well,
Good for
I'm
the
glad
world.
that this has happened because I don't got a reason.
Well, listen, it's iconic, right? You hear that anywhere, you know Mario's coming. As soon as you hear that sound, you're like, oh, Mario.
Like anyone,
You
young
know?
and old, I guarantee you, they'll be like, oh, that's the boy with the red hair,
It's
right?
a
Yeah, that's
Mario.
Mario.
I mean, let's not be dramatic. It's not anyone because you literally have to have somebody show it to you because if you play any Mario game now, that song is not played.
Well, a lot
Right?
of them are,
So
even
you
if
don't
they're just
just
small
watch
cameos.
Mario and get every song that's ever existed for Mario put into your head. Like they would have to say, "Oh, let me go play the first game." Like I'm 9 years old. I want to go back and play a game from 1986,
Yes.
85.
85.
Yes.
Well, the music
Like,
is
no.
still, like, I don't think
It's not gonna
cameos
happen.
in the...
They're gonna be like, "What are these blocks? This shit is Minecraft? Fuck out of here!" And boom, gone.
Everybody loves
They
Minecraft.
played the piece of music in the Mario movie. There was a whole section in Mario Odyssey that had that music playing in the background where you go through the pipe and you're like running around as Pixel Mario and shit. Like obviously it's still around and about. Yeah. So yeah.
Right. Well, fun
Well,
times
let's-
for Coco Coma.
Well, let's bounce to the next topic. Suzume, the new movie from Your Name and Weathering With You director Makoto Shinkai, has already become the 4th highest grossing anime film of all time, making $256.18 million US dollars. The movie has been a massive hit with critics and holds a solid 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, lower than Your Name's 98, but higher than Weathering With You's 92, with many claiming that it's incredibly emotional and powerful, following the trend of Shinkai's previous movies while standing out in its own right. What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, if I recall correctly, when we heard about the movie and supposedly he wanted to take it in a completely different direction than like Weathering With You or Your Name, right?
Yeah.
I was really annoyed because it's kind of like, listen, we've known you for doing these things, right? That are so like captivating and emotional. And like, I want more of that, like Weathering With You style.
Well, I appreciate him doing that.
And,
I appreciate him doing that. You know, they shouldn't have to do the same shit all over and over. I feel like I guarantee you, every time you hear that they're like, oh my God, doing something different, like it's like saying like they have like the people who made The Evil Within. They say they want to do something not scary. Nah, bruh, what are you doing? You make scary games. Keep making scary games. Hi-Fi Rush comes out. Bravo! So like I think they could do something different. So honestly, I think that's a great change of pace. It's good to be known for different things other than the same shit over and over.
okay, so Madman,
Huh?
again, I was really annoyed because I love Weathering With You, and Your Name was good, not as good, I felt, but obviously he did not go in a different route because this is extremely emotional. It's
That's why I don't know what the fuck.
No, here's the thing.
Man
It's
just
not a
ran
love
on.
story.
I know.
He
It's
made
not a
the
love
same
story.
shit that he has made before. So
It's not a love story, though.
You
That's the
might
thing.
want to.
Yeah, it is
just
emotional, captivating.
Take a moment.
You
You can say
know,
all Pixar movies are emotional, but they're not the same shit. Well, except the part where
meaning
bringing
that when
inanimate objects to
I
life.
heard that he was gonna do something completely different, right? And
She
we
was
did
annoyed,
talk about
But now
this.
she's okay because he
Yes.
did the same shit.
Because
It's complicated.
we talked about him taking a funny route, right?
It's supposed to be a little. It's supposed to be a little more actiony. Like it's not like an action movie, but there is a little action sprinkled in there,
When it's
and
not
it's like a whole.
described as an action movie and it's described as like emotional, extremely emotional, you're gonna freaking end up crying at some point throughout the movie. Like it's kind of like that's how I felt during Weathering with
It's
You.
more fast paced and shit like that. I heard.
Yes, but it still has the same emotional
Well, it has its
activity
soul
that
that his
Weathering
movies
with
tend to
You
have.
had is what I'm trying
I mean,
to get
it's not
to.
like it's so different as like what the fudge am I watching, but it's a little different in the sense that it's got sort of a new
That's
kind of
literally a
spirit in
scene
it.
from fucking Weathering with You.
Ew, they
look
better
at the
not do the same
trailer.
shit.
Just look at the trailer. They literally. This is Weathering with You right here.
It's the road down. Look at
Look,
the
it's the
water,
fucking
the
door.
door.
Is that the
the-
same? Is that the same door?
Dude, okay.
No, the door-
Oh, it's
no,
so
it wasn't even a
different.
door.
The
It had
door
like
was
a-
on the roof. Now it's in the water.
No. That's just a generic door. And Weathering with You was like this giant red thing that she crossed through.
Oh,
It wasn't even a
wow.
door. It was a gate or some shit.
Look at all
Okay,
the water.
it's
But
the
the point,
same
even
shit.
the town, like everything has the
Water,
essence of your
everything.
name and
Now there's a
Weathering
cat.
with
There's
You.
water in this scene? What?
Dude, it looks-
Water?
This
And,
looks
oh,
the
and
same.
I guess every movie's the same because it has air in it. Oh, they're all the same. Those news.
Man,
This guy is cracked out.
Bro, all right.
You
well,
understand
hopefully we'll
that
get
you
to
just
see the
went with
movie
a
soon
whole
and we'll be the judge of
tirade
that.
about how it should have been different, blah, blah, blah. We're so losers because we thought we should do the same thing. And then we're just showing you a bunch of things that he did the same.
Okay,
So
well,
now
you
you're
know what?
arguing,
I give up.
yeah,
I
it
give up.
should
I
be
give
the
up.
same because it's okay to be the same. Motherfucker, pick a lane.
All right, so yeah, we get it. We're gonna probably check it out at some point, and then we'll be the judge of it. We'll be the judge of it.
Oh, shit. All right, well, Suzume, thank you. Next.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing it now,
Yeah, it's
though,
gonna be good.
with everything that's been said about it. I honestly didn't care to see it after I heard, he was going to take a different
So
direction.
you were really not even like you didn't want to give it a second thought because it might be
Not
different
that, but I wasn't like,
We don't
oh
like
my
different
gosh.
things.
I was,
until they make Hi-Fi Rush. You're like, why haven't they made this before?
let me finish my thought.
CMoney.
I
I mean,
didn't.
nobody was talking about those
Sorry,
games.
Doodle. Keep going.
I was not eager. Like, oh man, I can't wait to see that. Right?
Yeah.
I could hold off until it just popped up on TV somewhere or an app or whatever. But now I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Come on, Crunchyroll.
There you go.
All right. Cool.
That's all.
Let's get it. All right. Let's go. Next.
So, word is that Microsoft is experimenting with a Windows gaming handheld mode for the Steam Deck. The prototype includes UI improvements to the Xbox app, a game launcher, and so much more. Ooh, what do you guys have to say about this?
Well, it's actually more about the fact that they're making Windows 11, or they're kind of experimenting with the idea of making Windows 11 work better for Steam Deck-like devices, so for handheld devices. So this was a hackathon. So this is not actually something that Microsoft said, all right, we're doing this. They let their employees, there's like a week or something or a couple weeks that they let their employees like do whatever they want, like create something, like come up with something, whatever they want to do. It could be from anything that Microsoft does, do something with it. So somebody went ahead and made a handheld mode for Windows, because that's kind of like traditionally been kind of dog shit. Like that's why, like on the Steam Deck, technically I can change the Steam Deck and make it just Windows, so I can use it like a straight up PC, and I can put Gamepass and all that shit on there like normal.
Okay.
But it runs worse and it's not as intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, now they're kind of flirting with the idea of making something that is more focused on it. More focused on the handheld experience to make it better. Now, why would they be thinking about this or talking about this? Because I think they're going to be moving it into the Steam Deck native. I think when they think about other tablets and other, handheld devices, they want to be native there too. If they want, I think they want to be able to say, hey, anybody can make a Windows gaming handheld if you want, so they can make money on that. And then ultimately, I think, it's because they want to go deeper into the handheld market themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you think about like laptops and things like that, right? Like, Windows is everywhere. So all these companies make laptops or computers, but, they kind of went ahead, Microsoft themselves, and they have their own line of laptops. They make the Surface, right? So they make their own laptops kind of to show like this is what can be done, right? And I mean, ultimately, I think that they might go into the handheld kind of market and, try to make their own stuff. I mean, we were kind of talking, I had heard, or I was listening to a podcast, and it might have been Everborn Saga who put this out there. But when I saw it, or when I heard it, actually, I was like, that's actually really intriguing. So the conversation kind of went in on the idea of Microsoft having a next gen, hardware that would become very Switch-like.
Okay.
So, they're kind of like, people have this idea that, Microsoft is kind of experimenting with the Xbox Series S, having that weaker system out there, right? That's much weaker than the Series X, and seeing how people kind of adjust to having it, right? Buying that weaker system that's technically weaker than the Xbox One X. That was the old generation system. And
that's crazy.
And it is crazy, right? But they are, theoretically, they're experimenting with it. And the idea here is that it's because they might want to go ahead and combine the systems again. So instead of having two like they did this time, combine it and make it where they create a Xbox Series S, basically like portable, right? Like a handheld version of the Xbox Series S. But where it becomes Switch-like is that you would go ahead, play with the handheld while you're out, have that Switch-like experience, then go home, dock it. But instead of it being like the Switch where it's a passive dock that you just, dock and then it goes to the TV.
Into the TV, yeah.
Instead, it'll almost be like a external GPU, boost, right? Where they would plug in the handheld, and then it would now become, almost, the Xbox Series X Pro level power. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, where you would be able to be away, have a native experience in hand with the power of the Xbox Series S, and then go home, dock it, and now you got Xbox Series, X Pro power. I mean, I thought that was a pretty dope idea. Like, I would love that.
I mean, like I said, Nintendo leads the way. And I think that what they're trying...
killed it with this, by the way. Like, that was the best idea ever.
Yeah. So we were talking about this, and the thought of them potentially, like, are they just going to merge everything into one system? Are they going to drop the, because right now they have the Series S and the Series X, right? And we talked about how maybe they're just going to make different docks, right? To put the system on, one more powerful than the other, and that will determine, because a lot of people did buy the Series S.
Yeah.
You know, even though it didn't have the disc and it was, you know, digital games and less powerful, it sold a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, I don't know.
People are used to it. People are happy with it. You know, they're using digital only games there. They're not worried about the disc, and they are, you know, it's pretty much the most popular Xbox right now.
Speculations. No, Microsoft has not said that this is what they're trying to do.
No, this ain't official yet.
Yeah, this is not something official in any way, but they have been trying to break into this market. Like, they've been trying to do this. They've been trying to expand.
The mobile market, that's like their goal.
And I think that with all the changes and everything they've been buying and the new era that they're going into, essentially, I don't see this being like a big surprise. Like, it would be a big deal. It would be great. But you know that it was a different company who made it, but the Series S did have like a portable.
It does have that screen.
You have it, right?
Yeah, the X screen.
So it's a screen that you attach to it, and it becomes like a laptop almost.
If they made like a battery pack for it, like the battery that was strong enough that you could just plug in and have your Series S portable.
Yeah,
that would be freaking dope. That's the only downfall of it was that you had the screen plugged into the Series S, which was great, but you had to plug it into a wall. You know what I'm saying? So you still needed the regular plug
than something that charges and then you take with you. Like,
take the Series S with
like
you.
the Switch.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's exactly it. It's kind of like, I guess they look at it and they see, like, they use it themselves. Like, Phil Spencer's taking pictures in his hotel room. He's using the Series S with the X screen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
obviously, he's nodding to it.
Yeah,
like,
he's kind of showing
this is cool.
I want to be able to take my Series S with me. Well, if I want to take my Series S with me, why not make it into a form factor where we can have a screen on it and boom, we got a handheld.
Yeah. Now, the version that we're speaking of is like taking in your Xbox in essentially like a laptop form, right? So obviously you kind of sit down, you still have to hold the remote. They have to really figure this out to compact the power that they want to give into a Switch type of handheld, light, comfortable, portable that you could just kind of put down and grab and move and throw it in your pocket, essentially. If you're wearing a nice, you know, big pocket coat, you know?
Yeah, your jeans
just
or
fits
whatever.
in there, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, like, yeah, if you take the not the nunchucks, what do they call? Yeah, the
on the Switch?
Yeah.
The Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons, thank you. You can literally put that in your pocket. Like, it will slide right in, like a phone.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
basically
they're
a
trying
Switch they can play Halo on, essentially.
Say
That's
that
kind of
again,
what it sounds like. It kind of sounds like a Switch they can play Halo on.
Yeah, right? I mean, we'll see, because they also have that 10-year deal with Nintendo. Maybe now, you know, they just want to bring it there. And then on top of it, they want to go ahead and give, you know, the experience, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like their premium experience. I think, but this is the thing, right? I think going into this next gen kind of, you know, the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, you know, we were coming off of like the power struggle, right? Oh, we got to do Xbox One X because the Xbox One was weak as fuck compared to the PlayStation 4, right? So they came out with this, you know, all right, we're going to do a super powerful system that's way more powerful than PlayStation. And then we're going to do a weak as fuck system that's more affordable. And we're going to see how that does. Now, understand that Xbox Series S, again, we talked about it, but a shit ton of people have bought that. Matter of fact, the vast majority of people who are playing next-gen Xbox are playing on a Series S.
Well, I did see, like, they were talking about, oh, what if Xbox doesn't make the Series S? And I saw a lot of, like, you know, comments that they, you know, like
people
can't
love
take
that
that
shit.
away. Yeah.
People love it. So, but this is the thing, right? Now, when you say you love it, you're admitting that you're okay playing on a
on the lowest, yeah.
It's 1080p. That's I mean, for the most part, some games go up to 1440, but realistically speaking, most of the newer, more graphically intensive games are at like that 1080p mark.
Yeah.
So that's their way of proving to themselves, like, okay, if we make a handheld that's 1080p,
it could work,
people will
and people will be happy with it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People will love it. I mean, obviously they have the Steam Deck to look at, and they see both spectrums, right? They see other people entering the market with higher specs. They're going to be more money, but like Steam can be the price they are because they're still making money on the games and shit that they sell. But Xbox is in that same boat. They can come out with a $300 handheld just like Nintendo Switches, but have it, I personally think if they were going to do that, they should still separate it and make it its own thing, but also have a new version that you can dock and be powerful. So like make it a completely Switch-like, meaning there's the Switch that you have, the handheld that you would have and play, and then there'll be a dock that you just, a passive dock, put it in, and it'll just go straight to the TV, same 1080p, no big change.
Yeah.
Right? They should do that to keep the price down, right? To still have a cheap version. But then they should have the Series XS or, X
whatever
Pro,
they want to call it, the stronger
one
version, the more expensive version.
If you have the handheld, you can dock it there and, amplify
enhances
or maybe
everything,
or maybe that it just two separate ones that come that way. Maybe you could just buy it as part of that bundle and then buy it separately by itself if you just want a handheld.
Yeah,
I mean, Xbox called these things series for a reason.
Yes,
right? Series X, Series S. There could be another series, that they're gonna make. I don't know. I just feel like it's such like Nintendo nailed it.
They really
they hit it out of the park.
They
like
really
everybody
did.
was like, "What the hell? You're getting rid of your handheld? You're gonna make a console that can go out? Like, how's that gonna work?" Like nobody understood it, and they had to do all those videos and show people partying up on the rooftops to kind of get people on board.
We're having fun.
Yeah, but it's like, who the hell's gonna have fun on that little ass screen? Well, it turns out everybody.
Yeah,
like it's just
exactly.
It just plays so well. And it works so well. It's a great idea.
By the way, when they do their things like that finger snap that comes in, oh my gosh, I freaking love it.
Yeah, no, they're really good with how they market this stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, an Xbox version
It's
of
like
a
they
Switch,
hypnotize you.
Yeah, it would be dope as fuck. Like it would be a hit.
Yeah.
Because even though Nintendo's doing it, like let's be clear, Nintendo's doing it in their lane, right? Xbox is competing with PlayStation in the high end market, right? So Xbox.
Well, I think that's what's held them back for so long, right? I think that they could have had the handheld if they wanted to, but the graphics would not have been there. They don't make these type of games, and that would be almost like a big fail.
Yep.
So they have to find the balance. They have to find the balance with the graphics, with the size of the system, and also with the price.
Yep.
It's a big challenge.
Well, I can tell you right now, even if this even had a chance of being partially real, where that's what they're doing, it is not something that you would see till after the new Switch comes out. Whatever the new Switch is, after that, and only after, would you ever hear about a handheld for Xbox.
I agree.
If they were going to do it, because they can't be weaker than the Switch 2.
Yeah, they want to be able to say, well, look at this in comparison to that. Yes. Oh, I kind of hope it falls in its face. But
whoa, shit, what the fuck? That's a good turn.
My bad, player.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Shit.
Just saying. Those were really cut deep words you just said to try to show off that they're better. They can't come out and give us the same games that the Nintendo can give us. So it don't matter what you do.
You still
Philly
need a Switch.
Steakhouse, you still need a Switch.
But you see that game right there being played right there? The Halo? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That motherfucker playing on my freaking handheld. Oh, man, I'd be so happy.
Well, Gucci Gooch for you.
But it has to be native. And that's the thing. Like, xCloud is dope. xCloud works really well. the G Cloud, that handheld
It's
that I have.
always
Love it.
outdoor sources that allow you to play these games for Xbox. So they got to figure it out. They got to stop, the bitch assness. Like, you guys make this stuff. Figure it out. How can it take you this long to get there? That's
yeah. Well, I mean, thankfully Nintendo did this. Nintendo proved it. Then Steam Deck came out. They're proving Nintendo even more, saying, "Oh shit, okay, people want a handheld." We have the rumors that PlayStation is making a handheld.
Ooh, oh my gosh, that's gonna be. Can you imagine?
Dude, I want this. But they're making a bitch ass one. But I would like it to be native. Like, we need the man. Master Chief is so fucking dope. There's a reason why he is the only character in Fortnite that can literally dance to almost any song and make it look cool. Dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is.
Test it out right now.
Guys, you gotta test it out. If you
Fortnite,
have, if you have Master Chief, use him for every dance,
any single one.
He'll look good doing them all. And then try another character, and it just doesn't work. Fuck? Yeah, it's crazy. He got swag.
He does have swag.
They made him move very well. Like, it just looks so natural when he's dancing. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's because of the dance of combat that he does. You know what I'm saying? So he translates his combat dancing.
Oh, I thought it had something to do with the fact that, I went in and I just hooked him up with some moves. You know what I'm saying? For the Chief. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A little sign,
Yeah. No, for sure. But, all right. Madman.
All right. So, Ubisoft Plus Multi-Access is now available on Xbox platforms. So you'll be able to play Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 6, and many other Ubisoft titles as part of this subscription on Xbox. What do you guys have to say about this?
What do you have to say about this, Madman? Are you excited?
I could not give a shit. Ubisoft is one of those developers that I just kind of like, oh, they exist. They're not exciting to me. It's just, okay, it's Ubisoft.
That's wild, because they make some of the best games. Assassin's Creed, one of the best franchises.
Some of the Assassin's Creeds are freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, every single one.
You play them all, right?
Oh, yeah. Every single one except for
Valhalla?
Primal. Oh, no, that's Far Cry.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I just mixed my places. Not Primal, the British one. A lot of people liked it. But I didn't care for the British one too much.
Okay.
Unity? Which one?
Was it Unity?
No, not Unity.
No, Unity was that broke
amazing.
That was a straw that broke the camel's back. And when it comes
Unity
to ports.
I think, honestly,
it was a buggy mess.
We need to do a Doodles Never Have I Ever on that one. It is one of the best looking games. Like, right now, if we put it on, I don't mean like quality of maybe texture work and stuff, because there's a lot of advancements that's happened. But when you walk in that world and you're in the busy streets of France and you see all of the people that are in the streets, like all the NPCs, like, it's like, what happened? How did we, like, this was back on what, 360 or Xbox One?
No, Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, that was the first one on Xbox One.
Then there was Rogue, which came out the same day for older platforms.
Yeah, so literally, we start
they
last
came out
generation.
On the same day?
Yeah, because they came out with a next gen game and a last gen game.
They want to experiment. So
if you didn't have Xbox One,
old gen console owners are still interested in new experiences.
Oh, gotcha.
So they ultimately released that one on the new systems too. So that game is still pushing more NPCs than pretty much any other game out there. It looks so good. And I don't understand, again, how did we push that at the beginning of the Xbox One era?
Yeah.
We're at the Xbox One X, Series X era. Like,
we're struggling with that.
And they still don't do it.
Yeah.
They still don't do that.
Like, we've digressed
that's crazy.
so far, and it's really weird.
It's crazy. But this is cool for me because I have Ubisoft Plus. So now it's on Xbox.
Good.
So now I have another place that I can play it, which is dope. But like, Ubisoft has games that come out relatively often, like different games, but
their big dog is Assassin's Creed.
The big dog. Far Cry, they just came out with 6, which I want to go. I want to beat 5. I never
Far
even finished
Cry
part 5.
is
Remember that one? That one was
so
good.
different. Every time they come out with a new Far
bad
Cry,
guys are the best bad guys that are in any game.
Man, they're captivating for sure.
Far Cry is one of those that they're all standalone sequels. It's not like you need to play all the Far Cries to understand what's going on in part 6. They're all like different characters and protagonists and villains and shit.
Yes, and the villains are like
Memorable as fuck.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really
bad.
Good. I mean, they're really bad, but they're really good.
They're evil. They're supposed to be evil. What are they supposed to be? Nice?
Yeah, but it's not like villain for the fact of being a villain. Yes, like they're like sinister, like really
mental hospital level.
Yeah, but like deep.
That's cool.
Deep,
like
very
like you can,
ingrained
you
in the
see
character.
it
Yeah,
and you kind of experience it. They have a lot of character development, as Madman would say.
Exactly. They're rich characters despite their evil tendencies. There's a reason behind it.
Actually, mostly rich as well, because they normally always have a lot of money. But yeah, this is a cool thing. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people are bitching about it because it's because what it costs. It costs the same as having Game Pass or whatever, but.
To have Ubisoft on
Ubisoft Plus on
Ubisoft,
in
Ubisoft
general.
Plus is on PC, and now if you have it on PC,
you can play it on Xbox.
Also have it on Xbox for the same price.
For the same price.
For the same price of what you're paying.
It's almost
but
like a transfer here. You can play it here as well.
Yeah, the people who don't have PC,
they want it on the
pissed.
Xbox.
Well, it is on the Xbox, but they're pissed because it's less games, but it's paying the same price.
Yeah,
so
but now they can
50
play
games on Xbox.
On the PC.
There's 164 games on the PC.
Yes.
So for somebody who's going to pay the same amount, they're only going to access the Xbox.
Okay.
For them, they're pissed, and that's people are bitching about it.
Well, then don't get it.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like, if it doesn't work for you, then move on.
This is great for those that have the PC version like you do.
Yeah.
Right? And now you get to extend that and be able to use it on your Xbox. Now, the flip side is that if you get it on Xbox, you can go to your PC and play the games. But if not, then just don't get the stuff.
So this is a dope thing about Ubisoft Plus. And it's actually the same thing with EA Play Pro or whatever. We have that too. But the cool thing is that when on Ubisoft, they give you the most expensive version of the game.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not like you're not just playing the regular one, but they're giving you the gold or the platinum edition, whatever it is, that has all the extras and the season pass and all the shit built in. That's what you get.
Now, this is what we need to look at. Instead of being upset about the fact that it costs the same as Game Pass, we should be looking at the fact that I've been saying it for a while, but Game Pass is a really good deal. You guys, because look at how much they want to charge, for a lot less games. So it's not bull crap. Like, get Game Pass.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Like, honestly.
But don't get it if you don't have an Xbox.
Yeah. Unless you have a PC. And then that will work too. But yeah, I think it's a good thing.
All right.
Options are good.
What we got, Madman?
So, keeping on track with the whole Game Pass talk, PC Game Pass is now available in 40 new countries. Mind blown. What do you guys say about this?
This is Xbox just expanding their Game Pass dominance. They're making PC Game Pass more available in more countries, which means that 40 more countries are going to be able to join in. And they've been, a lot of these places have been crying, saying they want access. Yeah,
but that's the thing. This was like a little test to see if it picks up, if they had something. And now it's like, all right, we're good to go. You know, bring them out. And this is just another step with the way that they're growing this year. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
And I say this year because it's taking place now, but obviously this has been in development and, they're just, and I appreciate the way they're doing it, right? Like now it's available in 40 other countries, but like they just dipped their toes and they were like, all right, let's see the backlash from this. There's always some nonsense. And there was a lot with the price and a bunch of other nonsense, but like now people are getting on board. So
absolutely,
it was the right move to gradually bring this out.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And they're also doing it at the time when they're actually bringing in more games.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they have more games that they're coming out with. Minecraft Legends is releasing very soon, and that's getting really good reviews. And now they're ready. They're ready to start saying, "Hey, look, we have games. Come subscribe," and people are gonna fucking subscribe, and that's just gonna keep going, and it's gonna keep making their dominance in the Game Pass space just bigger and bigger.
Agreed.
Absolutely. So, yeah, all good news.
So, welcome to Game Pass.
Welcome to Game Pass. Talking about Game Pass, I think the next topic, man, is Game Pass related as well. Is it?
Madman?
I'm sorry. PC Game Pass, I mean, it speaks for itself. Now we get to see Master Chief in Bolivia. That's pretty sick, you know?
Agreed.
Agreed.
So our next topic, Madman, has to do with Game Pass.
Ghostwire Tokyo is available to play now on Game Pass and Xbox. So now it has officially been freed from the chains of the PS5. What do you guys have to say about this?
Yeah, so that's the big deal about this. Is that this was the last game that Xbox had released on the PlayStation as an exclusive.
Okay.
From the deal that was already in place when they bought Bethesda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Deathloop was the first one. So Deathloop came out after they bought Bethesda. It was an exclusive on PlayStation. We got that. I beat that on Xbox.
Okay.
I didn't play it on PlayStation. I played it on PC when it was out for Xbox. Loved it. Killed it. Beautiful. Now, Ghostwire Tokyo came out. I want to do a Doodles Never Have Ever. I want you to try that out. People were liking it. It's really good. But this was it. This came out after Deathloop on the PlayStation. So we had to wait the same amount of time as 1 year, but that's what it is. So it's been a year since it released on PlayStation. And they came out with like an extra DLC.
For?
Like an expansion for Ghostwire Tokyo.
No, I'm sorry. For everyone. Okay.
Yeah, for everyone. But they're obviously, for Xbox people, they're getting it right when they're first playing it. So all the enhancements, anything they did, they're going to benefit right from the get-go, as opposed to, PlayStation people having to decide to go back to play it. Right? Yeah. But this is a good thing, man. These are the people who just released Hi-Fi Rush.
Bethesda.
Ooh.
Those creeps.
So
they've been busy, huh?
They have.
Oh. What kind of game? This is like a horror game?
It's kind of more like a thriller.
Okay. Have you played this, Madman?
No. Maybe I'll play with Game Pass.
Yeah.
But, I have not played on the PS5.
It looks unique.
Yeah, it looks really dope. People are saying it reminds them of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like hand movement. So this is the update, the Spider's Thread update that came out.
Okay.
So yeah, this is dope.
It's pretty fire. We got look at Game Pass. They make up like 3 topics of ours. It's pretty epic.
Well, it's just nice that now there's no more lingering games on PlayStation that we're waiting to get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we own Bethesda, but we can't play their games.
Where's your cut, yo?
No, I'm saying that Xbox is...
Where's your cut?
That's what Xbox is saying. Like, they're like, oh, we own it, and our players can't play it because it's stuck over on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's like we're done with this mess.
Now it's done. So this will be the last time that there's an exclusive Xbox game on PlayStation as only on PlayStation. I mean, they're still going to come out with games, but not only there. So
Man,
So, yeah.
Jimmy, I wonder how you feel about this.
Poor
Jimmy's
Jim
crying.
Jim. That slim
Jimmy's
Jim,
crying.
little Jim Jim, the little Jiminy Jim.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket.
All right, man.
That would be one heck of a conscience
That would be.
to have on
That's
your
one
shoulder.
conscious.
That
Can you
would be.
imagine?
I do say you should probably jump off that cliff, but that's coming from your boy Jim Ryan here.
Don't get an Xbox.
Yes.
Whatever you do, don't get an Xbox.
Actually, now he's like, go get an Xbox because we're
yeah, I
losing
know.
Call of Duty.
We're done.
We're done. We're over.
We're done. Call of Duty was everything.
Sony's dead. I repeat, Sony's dead.
All right, man. What's next?
So here's a bummer for anyone looking to get Redfall, because it is launching on Xbox consoles with quality mode only. So that means that you're not getting 60 frames per second, you're getting 30 frames per second. But the graphics have to be on par. So yeah, you're looking for that buttery smooth gameplay. This is not it. What do you guys say about this?
What?
Yeah, it's going to be playing at half the frames that a game should be on the Xbox Series X, and a first-party one, nonetheless.
So, listen, what they typically do on the consoles is they'll do native 4K at 30 frames per second,
Okay.
and then they'll do a performance mode at 60 frames per second.
Okay.
So, performance mode will either be it'll be 4K native but uncapped, meaning technically it runs higher than 30 but it's not stable, but that's what it'll be. Or they'll reduce the 4K to maybe
Like 1080p.
Not that far, like 1800p. Like they'll reduce it a little bit and then use
to move
upscaling and then boost the frame rates up. But the quality of the image is not as good because they have to kind of choose what they're gonna do, right? 60 frames or the image. So that's what typically happens. And what they came out and said is when we come out with the game on May, whenever, the performance mode won't be ready. So it's only going to be the 4K 30 FPS mode.
You dropped the ball, Xbox.
So
this is a load of crap.
So that's what people are feeling.
This is a load of crap. This should have been ready. Listen.
Especially with the delay, bro.
Yes,
this was supposed to be out last summer.
And I think that's what happened. They didn't want to delay it again. It's been almost a year. They didn't want to hit a full year again on a delay, just like they did with Halo Infinite.
Yep.
This is bull crap. They should have figured this out, hire more people. I don't know what you guys had to do, but this is dropping the ball.
Well, they're probably trying their best right now.
We don't care about their best. We care about the fact that this game was supposed to come out last summer, okay? And it's been almost a year, and you're still not giving us the best version of the game. So what are we supposed to do? Hold off? If we want to get those graphics until,
it's not the graphics, remember.
I mean, the frames.
It's just the frame
right?
rate.
But that makes it buttery smooth, right? That makes it better.
It also,
what do we got to do now? We got to wait to see whenever they release it?
Or do like we're going to do and play it on PC.
Correcto. But that's not cool.
PC.
So
That's
I mean,
not cool
this is the thing.
for the Xbox.
The reality is right now that this beautiful PC that we have here, the 4090, this monster, is basically the Xbox Series 4090. Okay? Because it is an extension of the Xbox. I can play all my Xbox games at the best possible quality right here, right now. And that's just the reality of what it is. Does it suck for people who really want to play it at 60 frames per second but only have an Xbox? Yes. You know who it sucks for more? PlayStation. Because they ain't getting the fucking game. They got 0 FPS. Okay? So let's take our wins, right? You have the game. It's going to look stunning. Listen, 30 frames per second, is it ideal? No. Are you going to play the game like this is trash? I can't play games at 30 frames per second.
Yes, that's exactly how it's going to happen.
Because you've been playing 30 frames per second.
You're just an Xbox fanboy, and that's the reality.
It is.
And that's why you're not up in arms about the fact that this game was delayed for almost a year and they're hitting us with this bullcrap last minute nonsense. This is nonsense.
Yes, and they did just get us to... because it's in Game Pass.
Yeah.
So like the upgraded version is only $27. And they were like, hey, last week before they said this.
Yes.
They were like, hey, the buyback edition, only $27 with your Game Pass discount. Buy it, get it ready. And we're like, yeah, let's do that.
And now those people who did that, who locked themselves in, are like, fuck me, I'm going to wait. I mean, look,
that's really messed up.
It is kind of fucked up.
That's shady. Philly Steakhouse.
That's
not Philly. No. This is Bethesda.
Yes,
but Bethesda's pretty sus.
Yeah, but they're
it doesn't matter.
They function independently.
It's a bad look on Philly. It's a really bad look on
Philly Steak.
Right now, he's calling Jim Ryan. He's like, man, I feel your pain, dog.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now that the fact that he had no idea that this took place could be a little suspect.
I don't think he didn't have any idea. It's just out of his hands.
Listen, he can be pissed all he wants after they got the money, right? And now the game is not being released the way that it's supposed to be.
People are saying to delay the game, to just delay it and release it when it's all ready. But
I'm just saying.
I mean,
have we been getting delays like these from freaking PlayStation? I don't think they do clown.
I mean, we have gotten
not
delays.
this bad. This is pretty bad.
We've
Microsoft follow through with your crap, or we're gonna have to turn the pages here.
When did God of War Ragnarok? When did Ragnarok release?
2022.
Okay.
A year on Halo.
It was
now
supposed to be
a year on this thing too, and it's still not ready. I'm just saying.
And let's not forget that also Dreams, which is a PlayStation game, took 7 years to release. Yeah. It was revealed at the PlayStation 4's pre-launch conference.
It was
Dreams, released the year of the PS5.
They fell asleep, madman. They were taking naps.
That's
all right, and then when Jimmy found out. That's why he's so mad. He's so mad. No, this is not a good look. Xbox, if you want to continue to be leading and having years like the one that you're so far having, you're going to have to get your shit together because this is not cool.
I mean, it sucks in the sense that it puts like that negative spin on it because for all intents and purposes, this is the thing. They did that preview. This is where the other tricky shit kind of came in. It's kind of fucked up when you put it all together.
It's not
so the preview that they did, they had everybody go over there to play the game, and everybody was loving it, but everybody was playing on PC.
Yeah.
And now he did
on
make
PC?
it. Yeah. Now one of them, Eastwood, he did make a note and said, like, when he saw it, he was like, "Okay, we're playing on PC. That's fine." But he's like, it's weird because the PC wasn't a gaming PC. Like all the PCs were like little. Colt Eastwood. He's a
I thought
YouTuber.
this was Philly.
No. He was one of the people who got invited to go play, and he was like, "These computers look fucking small, like you would find at work, like a shit one, not a gaming PC."
Yeah.
And he said that when they were playing it,
I love how they made it a point to say that it was not a gaming PC because it looks so good, but it's not on a gaming PC.
No. He's not. He wasn't framing it that way. He's not. He's a YouTuber. He's not. He doesn't work for Xbox. He's saying like he found it weird that it was like that, and then when he was playing, it did. It wasn't even keeping 60 frames per second.
Okay, all right.
It was chugging here and there, but he was like he didn't understand what they were trying to do, and I guess the idea was that they were trying to simulate an Xbox,
bringing it down,
Xbox console on the PC. That's why they used a PC, but they couldn't keep it locked at 60 frames per second. So I think that's where they probably had that event and had people like make comments that it's not smooth, it's not done, and they probably said, "Fuck, if we release it with the 60 frames per second and it's all over the place, people are gonna bitch."
Situation.
Yeah, and they're gonna knock our score. Where at least you can't bitch about the 60 frame per second performance because it's not there. So you could only.
But then you also didn't do it, and I think
but you
listen,
can't. You
this
gotta
would
grade
be
it on what it
fine.
is.
This would be fine if this happened last year when it was supposed to come out.
Yep.
Okay, but the fact that this game was delayed for almost a year and now they're hitting us with this nonsense and there's a bunch of shady crap going around.
Yep.
I'm smelling Jimmy situation over here. This is some Jim Ryan move.
It's not great. I mean, for me, I could give 3 shits because, like I said,
but that's
I'm going to play it on the PC.
Thing. Now you got to take yourself out of that and think of the fact that this was messed up in general.
Yeah, in general, it's not great.
Not at all.
I mean,
it's messed
It's not
up.
the end of the world. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as much as, it's messed up, but at the same time, like I just said,
Xbox
they
did
had
not
an
really
event.
release much last year. They didn't release anything.
They didn't release anything, and this got pushed
Exactly.
back.
And this got now they can't even give us the freaking 60
but the
frames.
60 frames is not the game playing it and enjoying it and loving it. 60 frames is a benefit to the new systems.
It's the high quality that you see. Listen, you
but
sat
graphically,
there
it's
and
going to
you
be
were
amazing
talking,
right here
you
with
sat there
4K.
talking about PlayStation and how I want to see, next gen games. I want to see something with the new system, right? What are we going to do? Wait until the next system comes out and wait until the next system comes out and then we'll be seeing PlayStation 5 games. Listen, this should have all the whistles, right? Especially,
but let's be clear. You can't look at it that way, and people should not look at it that way because this was not an Xbox game. They didn't start this on Xbox only, so they were taking advantage of the hardware. They were making a multi-platform game. They had a PlayStation version, an Xbox version. They were making it on everything. They were using generic Unreal Engine 4. There's not Unreal Engine 5. There's the old engine. And they just canceled the PlayStation 5 version to focus on the Xbox version, but they didn't throw out. This game has been years in development before they got bought.
So I can see this is the game where they kind of said that they had to scratch off
they had to scratch the PlayStation 5
so then
version.
I can see why they were pissed off about it, because this is the situation. When you buy a company, whatever's in the middle of production or whatever's in the whatever mess is happening, just like they went ahead and they finished the PlayStation games that they had going on with the other, or whatever the heck, the new game that just came out, and it was held for a year because it was exclusive.
Ghostwire Tokyo?
Yes. So when they do things like this, they have to go and just kind of finish through what was lingering, and they should have just kept the game on both systems and let that finish and then move on.
Well, they don't want to release more PlayStation 5 games, right? They can't just keep doing it.
They shouldn't have bought it in the middle of a mess then.
It doesn't matter as long as they communicate it correctly,
which they didn't. They didn't follow through
correctly.
Well, the 60
with frames
this.
per second that is what it is. Graphically, it's going to look nice, but the point is that this is not a next-gen showpiece. It wasn't ever going to be. So I'm not looking at this that way and saying, oh my God, this is like this amazing thing. It's not going to be. Same things like Starfield.
We were hyped as can be when we saw the freaking thing for this game.
The game looks good. Let's be clear. The game looks great, especially on PC. It's going to look stunning.
Yes. We'll see what they showed us compared.
Yeah.
Like now, we
said,
can't trust this shady
the previews are good, but
situation.
But the system is capable of 60 frames per second. But again, they didn't make this Xbox only, like, as far as from the get-go. So they have to make do with what they can. It's going to be a great game. Arcane is amazing. They don't miss. The last game they came out with was a 10 out of 10. Was Deathloop.
Remember, Deathloop was nominated Game of the Year.
Yeah, and it won Game of the Year in many different places. So, let's not act like Arcane is like some piece of shit company who doesn't know what they're doing. Right now, this is just a situation where they're ready to lay the game. They have, like, you got to remember, they have all the stats. They know how people play. Just because 60 frames per second is there, they know how many people flip the toggle to play 60 frames versus playing 30 with 4K. And most people are like me, and they want to see the best looking version of the game. So as much as it's nice for it to feel better, looking better matters more. Remember when we were playing Horizon Forbidden West, and we were going back and forth trying to see whether we were going to play the performance or the fidelity, but the performance looked so shitty.
It did.
That it was like, fuck that. I'll just play the fidelity way because I want it to look good.
To run smooth.
Well, yeah, run smooth and look good, right? So that's the same thing that happens with this. If that 60 frames per second mode's there, as much as the hardcore people or the people who have podcasts who are analyzing this stuff want to sit there and make it a big deal, they know the numbers, and they know that most people want to see the game the prettiest it can be. That's why they buy a new system. They want better graphics. They don't want less. So if there's a version that will look better, that's the way they're going to do it, especially since most people were playing 30 frames per second forever. So to them, it's the same shit. It's just now they got the better graphics. So as much as we want to treat it as if it's some crazy, oh my God, they're over. No, you know why? Let's go back over here.
What's over?
That this game is over, like it's trash or whatever because of this.
No, it's annoying. What's happening? It's annoying. You're defending it because you're defending it with your stance because of Xbox and all this other stuff. But this
and all the reasons I gave.
But by all means, like this wasn't cool. This was not okay to do.
Unfortunate, but it's also coming. So it's not like they're gonna not do it.
What's later?
At a later date when they get a chance to.
The delay took almost a year.
Okay.
So then, what's later?
Well, listen, if they delayed the game to wait for the 60 frames per second, what's the difference? If you're not gonna play the game because it's not out until the 60 frames per second patch is ready, then just don't fucking play the game and wait till the 60 frames per second patch is out.
That still doesn't take away the fact that this is bullcrap.
I mean, it's like I said, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. But this is what is ideal. Look at how many motherfucking people saw this tweet. 11.2 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane does not normally get that type of burn. This is a huge deal. This is how many people are interested in Redfall. Believe you me, Redfall, it's going to be cake. People are going to be sweating that shit.
Well, good for you. I'm glad it's coming out.
I mean, we're playing on PC, so as much as you can, like, so also not your problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's not, but it's also, we got to call it like it is.
Yeah, we called it, but it doesn't affect us. So we're going to play. It's not like we're going, I mean, I'm playing it for sure. I'm not going to be like, oh my God,
Listen,
I'm so upset. Fuck
have
that.
you watched Cobra Kai? No mercy. This is messed up
Exactly.
to anybody else
No mercy.
out there who was waiting for this.
See, I'm on the opposite. It's no mercy. I don't give a fuck. I got the PC that can play it full. So I paid for the privilege to play it at 60 frames. Well, I probably play that shit at 120 frames. Fuck that. So very excited. Very excited. But again,
What we got, man?
we're on to the next thing. Oh, actually,
Well, we got an
Homeboy.
opinion
yeah,
of
opinion.
a boy.
Clobro. See, Clobro's he's feeling you guys. He has this bigger picture idea of what's happening right now. So, he makes his point to talk about the fact that Microsoft needs to care to not make Xbox console owners look like second-class citizens. Okay? So Redfall now supporting 60 frames per second at launch after being shown running at that frame rate in basically every gameplay trailer is just the icing on the cake, right? So just to kind of, before we take a look at anything else he says, remember what I said before, right? That like this PC right here is basically like an Xbox Series 4090, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox is treating it that way, right? They're treating the PC as an extension of their brand.
Yeah, but they're Xbox, so that's what needs to come first.
Yeah, but when I go on my PC, I open up the Xbox app and I play Xbox.
Yeah, but that's
on my
not
PC.
putting, just as he's saying, Xbox. You bought an Xbox.
console.
It's not right. Like, Xbox should come first. Like, we're talking PC. The PC essentially is an extension of Xbox.
Yeah,
in
the
this
more
scenario.
powerful scenario.
Yes, but it's an extension of it. If you buy an Xbox, the Xbox games should look their best on Xbox. And I
Well, that's
understand that
impossible.
PC runs
It's
whatever and it
impossible.
has other privileges, but their focus, right, should be for the consumer.
But that's what they're doing with Redfall. They're trying to make it the best looking game they can make it on the Xbox. So aesthetically, it'll look great. It's just going to be slower, less frames per second. But the point is that he is basically stating that idea, right? That Xbox is looking at the PC. They're looking at mobile. They're basically looking at the extremes. They're looking at the very high end and the very low end. And it's kind of like the console is kind of stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, you can look at it that way, and I agree. You know, there's a lot of good points that he's making over here.
As great as it is, the fact that Xbox, Microsoft, they're growing, they're expanding, or whatever the heck, and there's a lot of good things coming. It also leaves the Xbox lingering. It's not their main focus because they want to do all this other crap as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that, Jimmy, check it out. This is going to be their downfall. So jump in somewhere.
I think the problem is that it's not.
But my opinion.
No. I'm sorry. Your opinion. I'm not discussing your opinion. I get your opinion. I'm saying that it's not. The people who talk on Twitter, people like me and you who do this, we're a speck on the sheet that they see when they see their sales. Like, we're such a small portion of the people who buy these games. It's the normal people in the world who buy the games. The people who don't spend their time talking about this or looking into this stuff. They're the ones who buy it. And all those PC people, they don't look at console. They could give a shit what console stuff happens. They don't look at console news. All they know is that for $5 a month, they can have Gamepass on PC and Redfall is going to come out for them. And they're going to play it at 120 frames per second.
You're just backing exactly what we're saying. Like, you're backing the fact that Xbox is not their priority. They care about the PC, the big dogs, or whatever you want to call it, right? So then there's no need to get a freaking Xbox because they're not priority to Microsoft.
But a console is capped. So it's negligent to say that because they couldn't get it running higher than they got it running, that somehow means that they're being negligent to it.
You don't think that if their only focus was just the Xbox, that they couldn't go ahead and deliver this game? So you have
to remember, we just spoke about Redfall being an older game that was being made for PlayStation and Xbox. The reality is that before Xbox bought them, the lead platform was probably PlayStation. So they were probably making it for PlayStation and porting it over to Xbox as they were building it, because they always pick a lead platform, and PlayStation is the most popular system, right? So that's what it was probably made for. So they had to move everything over.
No wonder he said that pissed off.
Yeah. So you gotta take it for what it is. This was never going to be a showpiece. Xbox has games that are being built specifically for the new consoles that are there. Now, when those games come out, if that shit don't run right, then what you guys are saying, 100% agree, 150% for sure. But right now, Redfall is not going to be the example. Same thing with Starfield. Hate to cut it that way. But the reality is, Starfield is also a game that's been being made for 8 years. 8 years. They got bought 2 years ago.
That was a while.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when did Fallout 4 come out?
2015.
2015. We're in 2023.
Yeah.
8 years. They got bought 2 years ago. What are they going to do with 5 years of development? Toss it away and say, oh no, we have to scrap everything so we can use Xbox's specific things that are in there? It's not going to happen. They're not. They're just going to do the best they can to take advantage of the raw power the system has to try to amplify the shit that they got going on. But they're not going to be able to make those changes. So as much as I feel you, and as much as I feel Clobro saying like how we have to do this stuff, it's like, you got to be realistic. You got to, like, the laws of physics exist. The system was made already a certain way that they were building it.
Listen, all I know is freaking Halo Infinite hell for a year. Last year, they didn't release a damn thing. Again, hell for a year. And then they didn't release crap last year. This game was supposed to come out last summer. Now, boom, more bad news about it. And in a sneaky way, they took the money, and then they went ahead and released the information a week later. Shady, bullcrap, not a good look on Microsoft, not a good look on Xbox. This is not a good look. That's all.
I mean, it's true. It looks very. The optics are really bad.
I agree with the fact that Xbox, if you're selling a freaking Xbox, we shouldn't be hearing about how the games for freaking PCs are gonna be running blah 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 blah. Like, if I bought an Xbox, I want you to focus on making me my freaking Xbox game and it running as best as it freaking can on the Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, they're not promoting the PC. It's just the reality of what it is. It's always going to be the best looking. There's nothing that an Xbox can do that won't make
every
the PC
game,
better.
even when they were making it for PlayStation 5 and for Xbox, they went ahead and they had a PC version made.
It's always going to be on
Everything,
PC. Like,
everything
not
goes
release it on
into PC
If
first.
they're making it for Xbox, they're made on PCs, right?
The PC
Like,
is a very different
that's the
market.
thing.
They're
No need
always
for
going to make a PC version.
sarcasm.
No, I'm telling you, like that's the thing.
see.
They're made on PCs, so that's where they start. They start on a PC and they just
So
make
all the games
PC
come
version.
out on PC.
Well, most of them, at
Okay.
least.
Almost all games.
Yeah,
Almost.
basically.
Okay, so some
Meaning,
of them are
I'm like
what?
PC
Not made on
PlayStation
PC?
5.
What do they make them on?
PlayStation
computer.
5 games that
Okay.
are exclusive.
Yeah.
They don't go day and date to PC
Yeah.
yet. So they make those only for
Okay,
PlayStation.
because they make them on PlayStation. So
Only for PlayStation.
For PlayStation.
On a
so
PC.
their focus is to make it fit onto the PlayStation
But
5.
if they release
because
the
it's
PC
only-
version at that time,
Yes.
it would be
But it
infinitely
comes out
better.
perfect for the PlayStation because it's made for the PlayStation.
I mean, perfect.
And they have, you know what I'm saying. They have the version of what they made it on, but their focus is to make it run properly on the PlayStation 5, right?
Yeah,
So
but
I think
but you're-
that the same focus can be put.
But I think you're going a little backwards in time for us. Like as far as where the world is going, we're expanding. We're not contracting. So we're not trying to
telling
make it
that
only on X.
to whoever went ahead and spent their money on an Xbox.
But that's what PlayStation is doing now, right? Like they know that they bought Nixus. They bought these companies to move all their games over to PC because they know that that's where the business is growing.
And let me ask you a question: how poorly was The Last of Us running on the
they're
PC?
doing a shit job. They're doing a shit job.
Okay,
sure.
because the game was made for the PlayStation and that was their focus. And now that they're now making it and releasing it on the PC, they're having trouble adjusting it because the focus of it was for it to run well on the PlayStation, not on a PC, right?
Yeah,
the company that they use to make the port is not adequate enough to do it correctly.
Got you. Okay. All right. So what else do we
That
got?
being said, I have a PC, so let's chill with the way we want things to go because I want my shit to be better. I don't give a fuck
classic
about the
PC
Xbox
gamers.
or the PlayStation. I want my shit to be
You're
the best.
telling me that
Cheating and shit.
we're not buying the
Always
Nexus.
bring
We are.
your
Oh,
installing
okay.
we
hacks
are.
and shit
Oh,
to your
man,
games.
hold on. Start again.
What were you saying?
PC gamers are always installing hacks and cheating and shit. They downloaded 15 ROMs and now they're invincible in fucking Fortnite and shit. They're in Fall Guys are like floating on top of the board and shit.
All
I mean,
right.
cheaters be cheaters.
That's what happens, man. We
That's
gotta
what
crack those
happens.
codes.
Apparently. All right,
Oh,
what's next,
jeez.
brother?
Okay, so Oshi No Ko, the anime adaptation of the manga from the creator of Love is War, has already become the highest rated anime series on My Anime List, which is basically the Metacritic for solely anime. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which has dominated the MAL charts for over a decade, has been beaten by this new series immediately after its premiere, scoring a solid 9.35 out of 10, averaging the opinions of people around the world. So this is significant because, like I mentioned before, this is from a comic that was actually made by the person who created Love is War, which has seen immense popularity over the years. And now people are losing their shit over this, apparently having Demon Slayer level animation, and the reviews have been so good, apparently it's topped even the likes of Full Metal Alchemist as well as Attack on Titan and other high-ranking series out there. And MAL is basically the anime equivalent of Metacritic. And anime is on Metacritic, but this is solely for anime. So yeah, that's pretty wild if you ask me. Do you have anything to say about
isn't
this?
it weird that like, does this shit happen with like TV shows or movies?
They
Like
do
where they
go
have
on
like
Metacritic.
like people review them and then they're like, "Whoa, this is the highest rated
TV show.
TV show ever or highest rated movie ever.
That. There was a problem with that. So I remember there was a situation where IMDb, there's only 3 perfect scores on the entire website. It's for 3 TV episodes. One was for like an episode of Breaking Bad, which I think was like the series finale or some shit like that. One was for an episode of Game of Thrones. One of the, in like the later seasons, one of them had a perfect score. And the other one was season 4, episode 2 of Attack on Titan, which also got a perfect score. And those were the 3 only perfect scores on IMDb website for years. Until in 2020, when Bluey got a perfect score for the episode Sleepy Time, which got a perfect score on their website from critics and audiences alike. And so, embarrassed that a preschool series stands toe-to-toe with the big boys, a bunch of fans of those said series review bombed Bluey to the point that it got off the charts pretty damn low now.
Damn.
So, yeah, that's pretty effed up. But yeah, that's how it goes.
That's some killer-ish.
What the fuck?
That's just how it goes.
That? All right. Now, those are hardcore fans.
I feel like
that's the commitment we need.
Yeah, I know. See, the real killers out there.
Review bombing the PS5. Oh, this is a bad review? I'm not going near a PS5.
So I feel like TV shows and like movies having this type of like, this is the highest rated movie. Like, I feel like that's weird.
Why?
Because I feel like a video game is like a experience, 10, 15, 20, 30 hour commitment, right? Like you need that review to let you know whether it's even worth you dealing with if you trust the review, right? Like if it's either worth your time to start because you can be doing this long ass investment. You're talking about a movie or a show that's a half hour, an hour and a half. Just watch the fucking shit yourself and see if it's good or not. What does it matter if it's like the highest? I don't know. Like, how does that even make sense? Like, who's telling me that's the highest rated? Like who are these people who are deciding that this is the highest rated show? Like, a fan of a certain show will give it a higher rating than somebody who's not a fan, right? So if you like Attack on Titan and I like Dragon Ball Z, and you watch an episode of Attack on Titan and give it a 10, I watched an episode of Dragon Ball Z, give it a 9.5 because I was like, oh,
stingy.
That's being stingy.
Was a bit weird on that frame.
All of a sudden, Attack on Titan has the best episode of all time. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's so random. I could have just said 10. Then what are you gonna do? We matched? We're even? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little interesting. Weird. And the kind of level of bullshit is that not like it's been around. It just started. One episode's only out or some shit like that.
Like the show could be horrible next episode.
I think that's the bigger thing. Like you can't review an episode. You have to review it as a whole. Season. Like if you're reviewing a show, period, or seasons, right? Mm-hmm. Then that's fair.
It happens.
But reviewing the one episode, I mean, like, I guess it will have to be just so perfectly, but you can't just jump in on episode 110 and then the rest of the crap was potentially garbage, right?
Yeah, this
that's one good episode.
This has happened. This happened to Love is War, which we was just talking about, and it's also happened, ironically, to Spy Family when it first came out. It was in like the top 10 or like super, super high. Oh, I love now it's like in like the 50s or some shit, and it's like, well, that was a fall. So I'm sure it'll probably fall down because
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a silly...
It's like a music situation, a song, like the top,
like a single
100, or something like that.
Like the single was good, then you buy the album. It's like, what the fuck happened to the rest of the songs?
Yeah, and then as new singles keep coming out, then it just continues to drop.
Now I understand this is like it feels like a really long show. Like Full Metal Alchemist, that's like 64 episodes, which is like it's not horrifically long, not One Piece long, but it's still a good chunk of your time. Maybe if you want to commit to that, you might want to see like, hey, is it even worth it? This is like, just watch the first episode. Like, geez.
But like, to be clear, I guess when I said it, maybe I was confusing myself when I was talking. I don't have a problem with them saying, oh, this is a 9.35 or a 9.5. Like, this episode was really good. But to say it's rated number 1 on MAL for top anime series, like, duh, it was one episode.
Like,
the episode was good.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
What are you comparing that episode to as well? Like are you comparing it to every other episode that's ever existed, and that's the number one right now, and continuing on, whatever new comes out, you just gotta go against that? Like, how's this playing out?
Like, has no show ever gotten a 9.35 before?
I guess not. At least in average.
So, like, I don't know.
I don't like to throw tens around. Like, even my utmost favorite series, like The Mandalorian's like a 9.8 in my book. If it was, I don't know, season 3, if it keeps going down the road it's going, it might get lowered. But in my mind, like, season 1 and 2 are practically perfect.
Listen,
like, that's
don't
like
be
a
that guy who gives
9.9 or
something a
something.
9.8.
A 9.9-ish?
That's just a lie. You're just being, like,
what?
difficult.
I'm being difficult.
It's 9.999, but I won't dare say it's a 10. Fuck that.
That's
Like,
because
motherfucker,
that
you
was the
made up
influence of
0.8. Like, that's weird. Like, you just came up with that number.
That's like, it's not quite perfect.
So,
but
this
it's
one's
like really so close.
This
And my second rated show of all time, I give like Attack on Titan a 9.5, but the rest is because season 3 wasn't that great in my opinion, the first half at least. Everything else was fantastic. So yeah, it
What were you gonna
lowers.
say, Doodle?
So this is a brand new show.
Yeah, Oshi No Ko.
See, so I think
I would have taken points off just for the name,
No, it's not translated yet. That's why.
but it's not sexy.
so.
It's
I think
not
it's like
Full
a
Metal
pop group or
Alchemist or Spy Family or Demon Slayer.
Family is
Oshi
bro.
No Ko.
I thought Spy
No
Family
Go.
was a preschool
No
series when I
Go.
first heard it. Spy Family. It sounds like a Nick Jr. show. I'm
And it
like,
was amazing.
what? I'm not saying it's bad, but the name's fucking generic.
You think
Spy
so?
Family.
What other thing did
Don't
you
forget the
watch
X,
that was Spy
man.
Family?
Don't
You
forget
call it
the X in
you
the
could
middle.
call it,
it's Spy Times Family.
You could no, it's just Spy Family. The X is silent. You could just call
there's no
it
silent X.
Not to me.
I say it all the time. Yo, did you watch Spy Times Family last night?
you could
did.
have called it the Twilight Missions or some shit. That would be a cool name. That actually sounds like a sick name.
Nobody knows the hell Twilight is until you watch it.
So what kind of show is this?
It's a comedy. It's very lighthearted. The animation's supposedly gorgeous.
Here, I'll give you the synopsis. Or synopsis. Goro is an OBGYN with a life far removed from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry, the world of his favorite idol, rising star, Hoshino. But when the two are unexpectedly brought together, their fates become intertwined in ways that defy all reason. For the good doctor, it's time to stand and deliver. That sounds horrible.
Whoa!
It kind of does,
That
though.
sounds like the worst shit
Oh my god! I was about
I
to
can
throw
ever
up.
think of.
It
I was about
kind
to
of does.
throw up. What the fuck was that?
Those group
bullshit?
of words should never be next to each other again. In any way, shape, or form. That was garbage. I really hope the show is actually good. Is it on Crunchyroll?
Probably. I don't know. I mean,
Alright,
we
we'll
gotta
try.
check it out
We'll
because
try
you know.
Oshino.
I mean, I like Love Is War a lot. It's actually great, Love Is War. So, I mean, it can't be terrible if it's the same
It's
person
breaking
makes such a good
records.
show.
You know
Breaking
what
all
was
types
good?
of
Oh my
records.
gosh!
But
Oh, the
On Netflix, House Husband.
House Husband. That
Yo.
was
Way of the
good.
House Husband. That was
It's
quite
like-
good.
Wacky out there, but it's so freaking funny. I thought and
It was shockingly funny,
It was
yeah.
really good. Yeah.
It is really
Like,
good.
3
out
cheers to
there funny.
Netflix.
Yeah,
For
like
bullshit.
laugh. And they're like little segments. Like it's not full
They're
episodes. Like
snippets.
one episode
Yes.
is like 3 different
Little
episodes or
snippets.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like it's like no waste. It's like they have a good joke and they just hit you with the punchline and then
And
they're
then
done. New joke.
and then it moves on to the next one. It's really good.
I really like it.
Yeah, I do
really
too.
enjoy it. But I also feel it's a balance. I really like it, but it's like fluff. Like there's no
There's no
There's no
substance
hook.
to
It's
it.
not really
Yes.
a
aside
story.
from when you're watching it,
Yes.
laughing. But aside from that, there's no like
Agreed.
story
Like
or anything
ridiculous,
that's gonna keep
funny
me.
type of situation.
I mean, season
But
2 just came out. Like, it literally just came out a couple of days back.
I mean,
or
I
some
guess
shit.
he has that kid who he
he has
used
a
to deal
friend
with.
that
so
and that has kind of like
That's a through
lingered
line.
on. Yes. And his girlfriend
I'm sure they're probably gonna have a little more story.
I feel like it'll pick up. That it's just a way, and it did it was captivating, like it grabbed your attention. It was
we didn't turn it off. We kept watching.
I think what was striking was the fact that it looked like a colored manga, like it looked like a comic strip.
Yeah,
like,
it was unique for sure.
It turned me off in the beginning. I was like, "There's no fucking animation."
It looks weird.
Like, this is just
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like flipping a page of a picture.
Yeah.
It's just showing you each set of moves, but then
Only as dusk falls a little bit with like how it's just snippets and frames.
They did it. They made it work.
Choppy as fuck, but hey, it was still added to its own style.
It's unique, and then the funny just freaking gets you.
Yeah, it gets you.
And
really
I don't know if they're gonna,
What?
go deep into the stories. Like, I'm sure.
I mean, it was enough to get a second season. So obviously, there has to be some meat on its bones. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All
All right. Well, we'll check this show out.
Interesting.
For sure.
We got the crunchy.
We got the
Finish
crunchy.
Chainsaw fuck.
All right. What's next? Oh, I know what's next.
So, Final Fantasy 16 got a new trailer as part of the PlayStation State of Play dedicated to Final Fantasy 16. All right.
Evan is so happy.
Is a good step in the right direction. It was a really good trailer. It showed you all the points. Mwah! It was like The Witcher, but in like this Final Fantasy inspired world, even though it didn't look much like Final Fantasy. What do you guys have to say about this?
So
this was actual gameplay.
This is actual gameplay.
Okay.
It's gonna play in a little bit. He's talking some shit right now.
Now, it's too late to apologize.
Listen, I'm not gonna say sorry. I'm just gonna say
they did it.
That I was wrong.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not my fault that I felt that way.
To be fair,
Yeah,
the
got it.
Was kind of lackluster in that trailer you showed last podcast. But now, for you giving up on it and calling it a piece of shit, that you're apologizing for.
Yes, because I could have had not said shit. Like, that looks really good.
Listen, but I was... Go ahead. Take the floor, Steve.
So let me just get it out, and then we could discuss.
Yes.
So last week, if you heard it, if you didn't, then pretend I'm not saying shit right now. But if you did hear it, I gotta walk it back. I went in on Final Fantasy.
You went in.
Looking like shit, being basic as fuck, comparing it to old ass games.
Yes. You went back and you literally brought out the receipts.
Yeah, super
You
receipts.
said the game looked completely dead. The environment, no reaction.
To be fair, okay.
My
point itself still stands a little bit, but I now realize what they put the emphasis on. And if you look at the screen, it's on all the effects. So many effects happen, but it's based off of him, right? On you. So the effects are not in the world, right? It's on you. Like, that fire doesn't look great, right? But when you fight, you see how all that shit happens? Yeah. And it's just like, like this scene right here. Like, I was watching this. And it's like, you see how, like, look at the detail on the damn bird. And then look at how it looks when he's shooting all over the place. Like, that looks great. Like, it looks great. And then they mix. So basically what they're doing is they're using the PlayStation 5's hard drive that's like super fast. And they're instantaneously mixing like cinematics as part of as you're fighting.
Oh, that's so cool.
So like you're fighting, and then all of a sudden the cinematic will immediately take over, get super detailed. Like right there, you see how it gets super detailed?
Yeah.
And then you back away afterwards, right? Like they're doing something really special when it comes to, you know, the effect work and the graphical works. And this is the thing.
They're doing something new. That's so cool.
Yeah. I love it. It's look at like they keep getting up close with shit. It's really stunning stuff. So this is the other thing that made me really enjoy it. So I think I wasn't quite aware of exactly how the game was going to play out. So this is an actual action game, like Devil May Cry.
Okay.
So they're dropping the RPG, like
it's a full-on action RPG. It's confirmed in the trailer.
It's straight up action now. So like it's fighting. You're just going in there doing all the crazy moves. Yeah. They also, this is the thing. I always had this desire to experience Final Fantasy games, but I never could because I would play them for a little bit. I just get bored with the way the game plays.
Yeah,
but they always had amazing cinematics. Like I remember when I was young and I was at my cousin's house next door and he was playing Final Fantasy VII and the cinematics were so amazing, but I would never be able to get to it, right? I would never get to those cinematics because I would be bored of it. I don't want to play it this way anymore. But now, this game being action, I love action games like this. Devil May Cry, all that shit is so dope. It's actually going to be a type of game that I'm going to be able to play and get through and experience the freaking story for what it is. And they do some seriously really nice looking cinematics.
Yeah.
So I'm really pumped for that. And they also have a special mode for, it's called story mode or something like that, where you let them know, hey, you're focused on story mode, right? So in the game, there's like these different like cards or something that you can attach to your skill set. So you could do like different moves, but then you have to like get them and try to do all this shit. If you do story mode, it actually automatically equips them right from the beginning and just mixes them up for you and gives you this thing here. It does it automatically. So you don't have to get into the nitty gritty of all the RPG shit that they want to add to it. Like I'm cool with RPGs. I love RPGs, but JRPGs are my
enemy, your nemesis.
Like I can't get into.
You try to play Persona
Like
5
Kingdom Hearts
despite the
style.
perfect
Kingdom
scores.
Hearts,
You
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
because it's like
You couldn't do it.
Yeah, Persona. It's like I just can't do it. But with this, I don't have to waste my energy doing all that nonsense. Like I still don't think they have. Like I was just talking to you about Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity. When I show you that, you're gonna understand what I mean about these worlds that don't have people like in it. Like it's crazy. But I'm definitely much more like appreciating the
recall
graphics
when we
and
were
stuff.
the last podcast, I said it's like I said
that's
to
funny.
you something's off because it's like there are elements of it that are really good, and then it kind of just there are elements are just not right. So I guess that's the new style that they're working with, which it's really cool because it is something new, but it's also like almost like an excuse for the blank when it's blank, right? Because it should be a lot easier to add the cinematics, right? Than it is to
right there.
make the elements on your own.
I agree.
Because obviously when we watch a video of a game and it's not the actual gameplay, it looks much better than the actual gameplay because, it's like developing the game rather than just watching a video of what they assume it will look like. Yeah. So this is kind of like cool, but like cheating at the same time.
Agreed.
And maybe like a new cheat code for, developing games to make them a little easier. I don't know. But it is in the elements, and it's funny because I
like that looks
did
so
say
cool.
that when we were talking the last time, it was like he was walking through a blank canvas, like you know what I'm saying, like a picture almost, and he's just walking through it. He's got the movement, and the background is kind of dull. That's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see it. Like you could pick it apart. Like look at all those trees and like the bushes; they're not moving. There's a whole bunch of shit happening around. You're walking through them.
That's what I'm saying.
These
As
explosions
cool
are happening.
as it
Like nothing
sounds,
is
because this
happening
is the
out there.
first time, and they're kind of like saying we intentionally did this. It's also like if they didn't come out and said that, right, and then it takes the cool aspect out of it. It looks cool because of all the colors that come out when they're doing the battles. But had this just been the way that they made the game, and it was like a cap out. Type of situation, which maybe it kind of was, and they added all the colors to like distract us. But like I said, this is going to be a huge thing for PlayStation. Having such a rough year, this is definitely a good positive.
Yeah, it's funny because I really, honestly, I wish PlayStation would just buy Square Enix. Like, just fucking buy them.
Yeah.
Because then it's like this whole Final Fantasy, it's exclusive to PlayStation. Why is it not on Xbox? That goes away.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
theirs.
Then it's exclusive. Then it's yours, and I don't even have to think twice about it coming to Xbox. But like now, they only have this. This is only exclusive for 6 months.
Oh, that's silly. I don't like when they do that.
So, but this is the thing. That's what they say. And then 6 months comes, and Xbox people are like, "All right, we should be getting it soon," and then it won't come out.
Really?
And yeah, that's what happened to Final Fantasy fucking 7. It was supposed to be only exclusive for a year. It's still not on the fucking system.
So when we were talking, and Jim Ryan was talking about the whole situation, the CMA, and they're talking about not letting this situation be unfair, and everybody should have to be able to compete at a level, like the same level, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where the problems are.
Yeah,
this should not be allowed. This should not be allowed. You should not have you should not be allowed to buy off 6 months or a year of a game and then have the other system on hold. That is shady, but like buying a company and being able to make your own decisions with it, there's nothing shady about that. But this situation where, like, if I get the other system, if I want it, right, then I'm like under the punishment of not getting certain games for X amount of time. Now, I get it if it was full blown, like you said, just buy
exclusive.
it. If it's full blown exclusive, it's your game or whatever, but just like intentionally held, it's kind of, that's the kind of shady things that shouldn't take place.
Yeah, I'm in that boat. Like, I would love for them just to announce tomorrow morning I wake up and it says PlayStation has purchased Square Enix. Great. Now, no more wondering if it's going to come out.
Yeah.
Because I would prefer to play it on Xbox and get achievements. But this, I mean, I
don't like the achievements on the PlayStation.
The trophies and shit.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I will say, I mean, they did it. This is a state of play. It doesn't happen often to me. But I mean, except for recently, I guess right now, next couple things I'm gonna talk about. But this is one of the first times in a while that I saw this. I'm like, all right, yeah, I think I wanna play this game. Like, this made me want to play.
You're excited for it.
Yeah,
Good.
like I'm pumped to mess with it. I mean, I don't know if I'll get it day one. There's a lot of games that are gonna be out, but when I have a gap, it's definitely something I'm gonna want to take a look at, see if I can hop in. So that was my first one. Okay, now
Madman, take us to the next one.
Madman, what's the next one?
All right. So, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom's final trailer has officially been released to the public, and the game was absolutely incredible, looking to push the boundaries of open world storytelling to another level. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen the final trailer for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?
Wow. I am looking at it right now, and it looks freaking amazing.
That was the same thing that I said. I mean,
it's captivating, that scene right there. That
the way
opening
they
scene.
frame it is really, look at this damn creature
Cinematography,
cutting down a tree. Like, they really framed this shit. Like, look, there's no mistaking it. Like, I'm not blind. The graphics are not, like, the quality of the graphics themselves are subpar, right? They're really low quality. But the art style that they use and just their art direction, like, they fucking make the world look at that. It's stunning. I mean, there's no way to look at that and not think it's stunning. It's just, you could see the basicness of a lot of the stuff. Like, look, at least this wall was a little bit more textured this time. But they have, like, that dope grass art that I like a lot. That is really reflected. Like,
listen,
it moves
there's
a lot.
no
It's really
denying. Like, Nintendo makes amazing Nintendo games.
They do.
But, like, obviously, at the end of the day, like, he's not hopping into Joel's horse or The Witchers or Red Dead. You know what I'm saying? But this is what makes Nintendo special. Like, they have their unique way of doing things. And, yeah, like, it's not going to look like something you're going to have outside and say, let me get on my horse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, it's a video game. But it's
Was
just...
he just in Peach's castle?
No, it's
No.
not Peach's Castle.
That shit look like Peach's Castle.
Fabricating.
Crossover.
Fabricating. See?
Oh my god. That was wild. Yeah, look, she cut her hair, or they cut her hair.
Jeez.
It's just, it looks really good.
It looks beautiful.
It looks really, really good. And I could just imagine on the OLED screen.
Yeah, because obviously we're looking at it on a big screen. Once you have it on your Switch, smaller screen,
Yep.
it'll look even better.
Yeah, well,
This is definitely going to be a huge deal
absolutely.
for sure. This
Absolutely.
is a win for Nintendo yet again.
Yeah, so I think last episode, again, I was kind of giving it a lot more shit about the graphics, which it deserved, but the art style really, I mean, it's just stunning.
Yeah.
You know, it's just stunning. And on OLED, on the little screen, it's just going to look that much better. Like, look, there's so much shit happening here. What is he turn? He turns into like this fucking, that guy, Rand.
Oh, Ganon?
Is that Ganon? Shit, I don't even know. But like he gained some powers. Like, this is dope, dude.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's dope. There's just no way around it. Look, you got teammates helping you out. That's gonna be epic.
The amiibo looks freaking crazy.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely cool.
Yeah,
And I love that they're releasing some of the old ones, re-releasing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And not just making new ones for the sake of making new ones, which they could have done too.
They could have, yeah. They made the one so far. I don't know if they're going to make any other characters other than Link.
Oh, they should make a freaking Zelda because she looks so different.
I was going to say they should for sure. Oh my gosh. You remember that Zelda, that the amiibo with the bird?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, stunning.
Yeah, the Loftwing.
Yeah, Loftwing. So beautiful.
So I will definitely say that this is amazing. Now, there's such a, like, May is crazy because you have Final Fantasy, you have this, you have Redfall. Those are 3 big games.
And that's another reason, like, look at that. That looks beautiful. But that's another reason why, like, can you imagine Xbox, like, capping out and being like, okay, well, we're going to have to hold off
That's why they don't want
Redfall
to hold
again.
off, because now
Like, there's a big
every system has a
PlayStation, there's a
game.
big freaking huge Nintendo game coming out. And what are they going to do? Be like, oh, we're not ready.
Yep. Yeah, it's too much, I think, to try to back out now. And basically, Xbox people are going to be like, well, what do I have to play?
Again.
Yeah, another year, I don't have shit to play. Look at Final Fantasy, look at Zelda. Like, a lot of people are like, a lot of gamers who have multiple systems, like us, right? A lot of people are saying, oh, you should move that, delay it, because it's going to go up against these games, but it's not. Because if you only own an Xbox, you're not going up against Final Fantasy or Zelda because you ain't fucking got that shit.
That's my point, right? Like, yes, if you have the other systems and you have some other crap going on, or if you're going to play it on the PC, then no sweat to you. But those that have an Xbox and are waiting for this game and they want to play it a certain way, like, that's mad messed up. And taking their money a week before and then saying, you know what? You're going to have to wait for what you paid for. You know, that was super crazy. But they could not have held that game back again and not be out there with these freaking massive games coming out for the other 2 systems.
Agreed. 100%.
That would be, that would not be a good look for Xbox.
Yeah. 100%.
That would be a worse look. Than releasing it with 30 frames
much
per
worse
second.
look. Much worse look. But yeah, so as far as Zelda is concerned,
Fire.
I'm 100% in. I will get this game. I'm really pumped for it.
Who will reign supreme? Who will be victorious? Which system? They literally have one huge game coming
For
out.
that month?
Yeah.
Zelda, easy.
Hands down.
Yeah, it's
1000%.
100% going to win over Final Fantasy and Redfall. Super easy. It's going to get 10s. Redfall's not going to get 10s. Somebody might give Redfall a 10, but
like
mostly it's going to be in the 8 to 9s.
9.99999.
Final Fantasy, same thing. Somebody will give it a 10, but it's mostly going to be in the 8 and 9s, right?
Yeah, I think that apart from apart from Starfield, they're basically going to crush every other game in this year for Game of the Year.
Well, we don't know what's coming out at the end of the year, to be fair. So we know Starfield, but we don't know what else is coming. But for that battle in May, for sure, it's going to go down
To Zelda,
but,
obviously.
like, you got Spider-Man.
Nintendo,
Yeah,
like,
Zelda.
Imagine if Spider-Man ends up being a fucking 10 and no one expected
Yeah,
that shit.
well, I mean, we do expect it because the first one was an 8 or 9, so we expect the part 2 being better in PlayStation.
The
PlayStation
first one was
5
an 8.
only.
Miles Morales was like a 9. Who knows? It could be a 10 if they keep going in the right order.
I feel like Miles Morales was better than the main game because
It was definitely much shorter by far,
Yeah,
but
that's why
I think
I
it
liked
felt
it better.
compact, like a comic book story.
yeah, it wasn't bloated. Spider-Man, the game itself was bloated. The Miles Morales was not. Miles Morales was really, really good. And Miles Morales is just a better character. But yeah, I love that how you can combine shit now in Zelda.
and just make weapons like that. That's super
that's
dope.
fucking sick. And it takes things like tree branches that you used to be like, oh my god, what the hell can I do with this
Yeah.
branch? Now it's like, oh shit, I can like
Make a rock lollipop and
rock lollipop.
slam it on someone's
Bam. Look at that, that's
Boom.
epic. And I saw when you shooting the arrow, same shit. You can like add things to your arrow to make it, more crazy.
That's cool,
Put to use all the crazy shit that you pick up.
right?
Yeah, I'm super down for this. Like, I can't wait. This is gonna be.
The hype is real, to say the least.
But it's like Sophie's choice. Like, who are you going to like? What are you gonna play? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot of gaming to do, and Zelda's gonna be long. Final Fantasy is gonna be. Well, maybe it won't with this new action direction, but chances are it's gonna be pretty long. Redfall is probably gonna be the shortest one, and it comes out first, so that's the dope thing. So, just gotta try to. Oh, look!
At
That's
this
how
point,
you
they kind of have to,
how you
yeah,
add to your
to
bow
the
and arrow.
bow and arrow, yeah. They have to. That's the right move. They need to come out first. They can't be in the middle or last.
Now, the other thing though is we gotta play.
Breath of the Wild, Jules Never Ever.
Well,
Yeah,
you just gotta.
we have to do that for sure.
Because you gotta play Tears of the Kingdom when that comes for
Agreed.
Never Ever.
For sure.
Ooh, because I didn't play, I get to really back to back kind of compare the two.
Yes. But for Redfall too, Redfall's 4-player co-op. We should do a man plays for that.
Agree.
I love how adding that thing makes it a eyeball tracking.
Mm-hmm.
So because you put an eyeball, it's looking at where it's going and it fucking finds a target. That's epic.
Yeah.
My God, I just watching this makes me. Last week when I
It's just
watched it,
hype.
I was like, "What the hell am I looking at?" Now I'm like, "Yo, this is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah, you're excited for it.
I'm so pumped for it.
It's gonna make you pick up your Switch again.
Well,
Oh,
May
I've been
12th.
picking up my Switch for Metroid, but yes.
Metroid. That's a good
Metroid
one when
was-
you know what you're
yeah.
doing. So, yeah. Dang. Look
with
at
the
Nintendo.
guide.
Squirting out the big guns.
All right. So that was number 2. My last one. What's next?
So, DLC for Horizon Forbidden West has officially been revealed, and it is called Burning Shores. Ooh. What do you guys have to say about this?
Yes. So I have been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. I have been
Roasting
a little
this
bit of a
game
hater on
like chicken.
Horizon.
Like
A
chicken.
little bit. So I played Forbidden West, and when it first came out, and you were there with me, we experienced it,
Yes,
And
I
it-
was.
and it wasn't like
Captivating. It wasn't like it wasn't what they gassed it out to be. That's the situation.
But more importantly, it wasn't as good as Elden Ring.
Exactly.
that's the thing.
It came out like right after. Well, no, right before.
I was not impressed.
Look at that shit. You see what
when
I
I
just
saw
right
it,
now?
but this looks stunning.
That was beautiful. 419. Jesus. In
Oh my
3 days,
gosh! Yes.
4 days. I gotta try to do it. I don't know. I'm trying. But So I am. So I started playing for Forbidden West again.
Good.
And yeah, it is. And this is deja vu, right? Because Horizon, the first one, got beat down by Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no fucking contest.
I played Horizon for a week or a few days or whatever, and then Zelda came out and Horizon was dead to me, and I ended up beating it like the following year after I had been done with Zelda and finally found the time to get back to it. Well, Horizon came out early last year, and Elden Ring came out after it. I put 150 hours, 160 hours.
Yeah.
Into Elden Ring and completely forgot about Horizon.
Which I think many did.
And that was that. And now I see this Burning Shores thing. I'm like, yo, this is pretty dope. So I picked up Horizon again. I'm playing on my G Cloud for remote play most of the time. And yeah, without that kind of burden of expectation and like
I don't think
the shadow of Elden Ring.
That's the bigger thing. I think that is not expectation. Obviously, the game was gassed up, but like it's what's out at the time, right? And I think competing with these other games, it didn't cut it, but on its own, it's a really good game.
Yep, I agree.
So it wasn't better than those games, but now on its own, I
can appreciate it for itself for what it is.
Yeah, you can appreciate the game.
And like I'm,
because I did see it too, and I felt the same way. It was mid.
Okay.
Yes, mid. Like it's just
painfully mid.
Yeah, but now it's like it's good. I'm enjoying it. I had some pretty tough battles, I would say.
This looks beautiful.
That does, and this is just a regular game. I'm not this far yet, but it's stunning. It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. It runs really well. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of patches since
that
we played it.
That may also be another, situation.
Yeah, so a lot of the graphical issues have been cleaned up, and I'm really enjoying it. And I would like to try to beat it relatively soon. I'm trying not to do any side shit. I'm just want to do all the main stuff to get to it. But yeah, like it's good. It's good. I'm
ready for the next.
I'm ready for the Forbidden Shores or whatever the hell it's called. Burning Shores.
Let's look. There's some God of War Ragnarok DLC to make you play it.
Oh, that one's a harder sell.
Like, ugh.
It's
gods.
It's not bad. I mean, God of War is good, obviously, but it's like
the same shit.
Yeah, it's really the
repetitive.
Same shit. Like this is not the same as the original Horizon. Like this is upgraded, whereas God of War literally looks the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear everyone say that it's the story that's just so phenomenal. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it's a good story, but it's like, you can just look up a cutscene movie collage and like YouTube and get the idea, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm not trying to make another one of these videos in a couple of weeks. Like, oh, God of War is actually better than I thought. It's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it in that way. It's just more of the same, and I'm not necessarily looking for more of the same.
Funny that's what people tried to say about Zelda until this final trailer came out.
I think
up to that, a lot of people were saying that it's gonna be $70 DLC.
Well, that's stupid because we knew that it was gonna be up in the sky. Like we knew obviously they're doing different things. My problem with it has always been that it's still on the original Switch, so it's limited to how it's gonna look. But this trailer really changed that. But
listen, Nintendo said we can change the way your Switch will look, and they're out with a new Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Many versions of it.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Still, that Pokemon one is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, the one I have is my favorite one. So and you got it for me, so I really appreciate it. Total surprise, by the way, when you did. It was really dope. But yeah, like I mean, the battles are pretty epic. Like they're not easy. But I don't feel like they're like I died a lot, but I also feel like I died knowing that I shouldn't have. Like I could have done better.
It's not Cuphead.
It's not Cuphead. No. But like, look, I mean, it's a pretty like look at the branch. Like this is a nice looking game. It really is.
Agreed. It looks good.
So yeah. So that's my third and final. I would just want to put a little respect on the name. Look, she slid on the floor and look at the trail of the sand. Look at it.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
See, those are the things I look for.
Yeah. So yeah, just putting a little respect on the name. I'm looking forward to the DLC. I just got to figure out how I can beat this somehow. But
all right.
Yeah.
What else do we got, man?
All right, so the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game has officially been delayed to February 2nd, 2024. So it was delayed because the game looks pretty fucking shit, and now they decided to delay it all the way to 2024. Yeah, they must be doing more than just SEGA. A little spruce up.
You skipped SEGA.
What did you say?
You skipped SEGA.
Wait, what? I didn't know that was... Oh, wow, I did. I am so sorry, Angry Birds. I am so sorry.
Look who's about to say, I didn't know that was a topic.
SEGA is looking to buy out Angry Birds developer Rovio, looking to have their expertise in the mobile market to develop games for, them. Maybe a Sonic Birds or something like that. Who knows? What do you guys say about this?
I mean, it's going to be $1 billion that they're looking to spend.
Ooh.
So this is the thing. A lot of people are saying that SEGA is trying to make themselves more attractive to be purchased.
Ooh.
And a lot of people are saying
they feel
that
like having Angry Birds.
Having mobile because Xbox wants more mobile, right?
Yeah.
So remember, if Xbox didn't like Xbox buying Blizzard King, they're getting King, which is big on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
If they buy SEGA and SEGA just happens to already have Rovio, who can, make Angry Birds and all that other stuff, it's a good win. You got to remember, Japan is under heat now. So Xbox, I think, is trying to get them loosened so they can buy a Japanese studio. If they can buy, or a publisher. So if they could buy SEGA, holy shit. That would be crazy.
Well,
yeah, I think that's
is Angry Birds still popping?
I mean, recently they delisted the original Angry Birds game to make people want to check out their spin-offs because no one was buying them. Yeah.
I mean, Angry Birds was such a hit.
It was, but
they literally went public.
There and done.
As a company because of how popular Angry Birds was. And they made the movies from it. And they still sell the little stuffies and the toys. And I think they have a cartoon. So I think the brand Angry Birds is still relevant. I just think that
it needs to be rebooted. But the movie was actually really good.
The movies were great. So that's why it's definitely something that's still feasible. I just think, they plan to remove Angry Birds from the Google Play Store earlier this year. A review of the business case and the game's impact on Rovio's wider games portfolio. And then they announced that they may reverse the decision. So they might.
Oh, okay.
So they might go back.
All right.
So I mean, they want to obviously get people out of the first one that was so popular, but delisting it doesn't get rid of the people who had it. They just don't want to have people keep buying the same one. They want people
to get the new one,
like a new customer to find the new game, not the old game.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you gotta take in consideration is, it's just too popular. So people are still buying it. So this is the thing. This is not a money problem. They're trying to delist it because they're putting their energy into making new shit because they don't want to just stay with the old one.
Yeah.
And people just want to play the old one and keep paying and buying it there. And it's like, nah, dude, look at my new shit. How would that make you feel?
all right. So you make a lot of the AMVs and MVs now, right? So if you make an MV and it gets 100 million views, but none of your other videos get seen anywhere near, does that make you like? How does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like Angry Birds? Like, you wish you could just stop making people watch the other one and force them to watch your other ones?
Well, no, but I get it. It's kind of like, why are you not digging the new shit?
Like, why am I still making these new ones if you're just gonna watch my old one?
Yeah, like, hello. But I think delisting it is not gonna do them any favors.
I agree. How else do you do it? I mean, make a better game,
right?
But are people going to give it a chance?
Maybe.
But then just keep selling the one you're selling and
just like upgrade it, right?
Instead
of trying to do a part two, just keep doing like
additions
DLCs.
or upgrade the graphics, or I don't know.
You have to do like Fortnite.
Is it in all systems, or like how can you play this?
Every phone.
Okay,
well, can do it.
Then I don't see the problem. Like my golden shoes are too tight, and my diamonds are so heavy.
Well, I think they have bigger aspirations, right? So the problem is that as much as it's great to live off the one game, you're also just living off of one game, and it's not Fortnite, right? Like Fortnite's a whole different beast. It's one game that like literally makes so much money that they don't even know what to do with it. So
it's like, well, Friends was still popping, but they didn't want to do Friends anymore. It's like, what? Yes. Or like when Ashton Kutcher wanted to leave the 70s show, but they weren't done with the 70s show. Like, oh my God, just stop. Like, it's such a ridiculous thing. Like, you signed up for this thing, and it's like, if people are still loving it, then where are you going? Like, be responsible.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, but then there's always that fear that what happens when people stop wanting it.
Okay, then make other crap.
But see, at that point it'd be too late. Where they're trying to get people while they still have the cushion of the first game popping, they're trying to get people to come try their new shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're not, again, they can't take it away from the people who already have it. They're just trying to stop new people from just playing the original.
And what if they just don't want to play it because the new one is not calling them the way that the old one would be? I don't know.
Maybe hide it as an unlockable in your other game.
That's genius.
So after you beat the game or after you get to a certain level, then it unlocks.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh no, come on. You got to have that thrill that makes them feel like you're not doing that much to get something, but you're still doing. Yeah. And maybe little segments of it, like put the game within the game.
Yeah, like make it a different mode. Yeah. Or some shit.
What do you think, Madman?
I don't know. It's a lot to say the least. I think that, like, when you're looking at, like, to make these kind of games to profit, to make so much money, it's like, obviously, Rovio's been doing this shit for so long. It makes a lot of sense. You want to turn to them. But, I don't know. I just want to see what they do. Like, are they going to make some sort of Sonic mobile game that's basically Angry Birds, but with Sonic characters? You get to fling them across islands and shit. That'd be funny.
But what do you think about them delisting Angry Birds so that people can want to play their new stuff? Well, similar to what I
said, maybe it's because of the SEGA thing. Maybe they were planning this meticulously. They were going to replace it with Sonic game that is just like Angry Birds with Sonic characters.
Oh, like Sonic is the Angry Bird?
Yeah. That's a plot.
Maybe that'll draw some attention.
Yeah, but that's if they get bought. Sega came out and said that they are, nothing has been official. They're just always exploring different ways to increase their, their foothold or their business portfolio. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes from it. My interest in this is
like squarely on the fact that Xbox might buy them.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny.
Because Xbox needs Japanese studios and having Persona and all that stuff being first party.
Sure, that'll be an interesting world.
Yeah. And buy them sooner rather than later, so we don't have to do the same bullshit where it's like, oh, these games are coming out on PlayStation, or oh, these games don't look great because they were made for PlayStation. It's like, come on, man.
That's some sissy shit.
All right, now we can get to the other group of fools.
All right. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has officially been delayed to February 2nd, 2024. Yup, they decided to delay it to the next year. It's not just a simple delay. They're probably just remaking the game and trying to do it in like crunch time. What do you guys have to say about this?
I could not agree more with this delay after watching
that abysmal gameplay trailer.
I mean, listen, creative, yes. Crazy.
Well, I mean, not even.
Like, it was freaking.
It was too much, dude.
All over the place.
Too much.
And that was after seeing what is expected of them.
Like, it felt like it was made for like the TikTok kids that can't pay attention to something for more than 2 seconds.
Agreed.
It was something else.
Yeah.
And the story though, but like everything else around it was shit.
Looked phenomenal. It's just that the gameplay looked like
the only thing that came from the freaking trailer for this game was that now I do want to watch
Flash hype. It's Flash hype.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which I had no interest in seeing, but now I want to watch it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So yeah, they needed to do this after hearing they had to do it. They didn't have an option, right? I think obviously everybody stated their opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty loud and clear. And
like the reviews are back and they're not good.
Yeah, well,
guys.
Seriously. Now this is the thing. Like, we're not even going into the fact that this is not a delay for a game we were going to get a long time from now. The game was coming out next month.
Oh, wow.
May 26th.
Yeah, but they just...
a month from now.
They just heard, how that went down, and now they're like, what are we going to do?
You got to push it back. Nobody liked it, dude.
You got to hold it.
It was a joke. This is your fucking first game that you've made since 2015. And this should show that you brought us. Great story, what it looks like. But, like, you thought that this was the game? This is the gameplay?
I think the question is, can they fix it enough by February 2024?
I think they're hoping that
people will accept it.
Yeah, that it kind of dies down. And they might make a few little changes here and there.
Yeah, pretend fix it.
Yeah, and then just hope that people are not pissed anymore. Because what are you going to do? It's been 8 years. This is what you came up with. What the fuck are you going to do in 6 months?
Take the elements that people really hated and maybe you hated the jumping and bouncing around. Maybe ground them and make the battles low. And then if they did have a good story, stick to that and just level it out. Calm them the heck down, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very intrigued to see what they come with. This is I think this game has to be maybe my biggest disappointment in gaming.
Yeah, you were really annoyed.
In a long time. Because first of all, you know how much I love Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, so Batman, outside of Master Chief, Batman's like my favorite character. So
who?
I love Rocksteady.
Can you say that again? Oh, Batman. Oh,
yeah, Batman.
I don't know why I thought you said Madman. I was like, what?
Oh, no, you too.
You most,
for sure.
Oh, shucks. Wait, so what about Mandalorian? I thought he was second.
Yeah, but Batman came first.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, so Rocksteady made the best Batman games ever created in the history of man, right? Arkham Asylum was fire. Arkham City is the best Batman game ever. And then Arkham Knight was amazing in its own way, but it had some problems with that tank crap. But like, I am one of their biggest fans, and to have 8 years go by, and then you show me teasers about these people, Suicide Squad. I'm like, okay, this looks cool, but there's a lot of like swinging and like in the trailers, like people were flying around. I'm like, are you like, is this just a cinematic, or are you trying to tell me that this is what we're going to be doing? And then when it finally came time to show us this game, like, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah, and I didn't understand what you were speaking of until you showed me the Batman game, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's a stretch. That's definitely different. You know, something's off here.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, these characters are cracked out.
Yeah, dude, like it's just too much. Like, I get it. When they were making this game, you know, Destiny was only out for a couple years. Like, they were like, all right, we got to make our Destiny.
Ugh, that's just weird just like, thinking about it.
But it's like, dude, that world has changed. And if you're not Destiny, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not even Halo can make a live service game that everybody
like
is on board
they're feeling
with.
miserably right now.
Yeah.
Just what it is. Like, it's great and people are playing it and I love it, but it's just not going to ever be that big in that way. And not every game needs that. And that's what they should fucking realize, that they didn't need to do anything outside of give us a fucking dope ass single player game with the option for co-op.
Yeah.
Not a co-op game, a single player game with the option for co-op. That's what should have been done, but they shit the bed. And I don't think there is anything they can do drastic enough to really make a difference, unless they just slow the game the way down.
Yeah. Hopefully they can. You know, because that really sucks to take that long making a game and then everybody's like, pure trash.
You
suck. Really is.
Mm-hmm.
And they must be shitting bricks, because you got to remember, what money have they been making?
Exactly.
So WB, they literally have just been a cost.
Man.
And now they're like, holy shit, we're going to release this and nobody's going to give a fuck.
Well, this is the risk when you want to do something so extreme and completely in the opposite direction from, you know, what you're known to do. Unless you have the cushion and you have like multiple games releasing, you go ahead, you make one that it's your classic style of game, and then you go ahead, you got this wacky thing on the side that is your new adventure or your new vision or whatever. Then you can't like put people on hold for this long and then be like, well, what you used to know of us no longer exists.
Yeah.
Take this instead.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know.
Especially the fans, right, that they had from that time. Like, you know, unless they're trying to say, forget you guys, we're trying to reach a new, you know, demographic, then it's like, what are you doing?
Now, this is a pretty good gauge right now to give you some understanding of the difference of what's happening. Suicide Squad. This is DC, right?
Yes.
This is Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. This is huge, right? This is rock steady. People have been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. From them, this has only been viewed 4.5 million times.
Ooh.
Whereas Redfall was 11.2 million views.
Yep. Well,
I'm telling you.
There's the T.
There's something there. There's something there. But, yeah. All right, man. What's next?
All right. So, Fortnite's next big collaboration has just been leaked, and it is gonna be a crazy one. As for some juicy leaks online, the next major property to cross over with the mega hit Fortnite is none other than Doctor Who, which could prove to be very interesting.
Who?
So,
Doctor Who.
So I can tell you right now, this will be the worst possible
case scenario.
Scenario for
Yeah.
me.
Well,
Oh my
Fortnite,
God.
well, Doctor Who
Oh
is
my
extremely
gosh.
I don't know
popular. It's one of those
anything
things
about
how
this.
people don't realize
No.
it's still popular, but there's still a very passionate fan base
Yeah,
for it.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying that I
Not
know
for us.
nothing
Yeah.
about them.
With that said, you guys got Mikasa.
Oh, Aaron, Levi. Oh,
Levi.
Attack on Titan just happened.
We did.
This will probably happen in a little while, maybe the next season or something. But yeah, this will probably be the next big crossover.
Well, this is going to be a big nap for us.
They'll probably have something like, oh, you might find a phone booth on the map or some shit like that, and then go in and then do some all kinds of wacky shit. And it's like, okay, wow. There's like 15 doctors or whatever the heck. So that's a good amount of skins right there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's take this opportunity to discuss what we would love to see in the future of Fortnite.
Ooh, I
what
like
major
that,
crossover
man.
would you like to see next?
Mario.
That's not Doctor. I would love that, but I don't think Nintendo will ever allow that.
I know.
Mario and pistols? Ugh, only when it's rabbits involved.
Link. With his
Nintendo's
sword.
not gonna. I don't think Nintendo would ever lend anything of theirs. I feel like the Bounty Hunter
agree,
season.
but you said
where they had
I can
Mandalorian
dream,
and,
right?
Huh, what?
You did say.
You said, what will you
Okay,
like?
anything except Nintendo, because Nintendo's never gonna budge. What else?
Yes.
Other than Nintendo. It could be literally anything. Remember, it's not like
Dude,
just
I'm
video game
literally trying to
character. It could
think.
be a movie
Yeah.
character, TV character, book character,
Everybody's
any
been
fucking
in
character
there.
that
John
exists.
Wick, all these people have been in.
How about you, Madman? What do
John
you
Wick
think?
was one of the first major crossovers. Me, that's an interesting one. I gotta think about that.
Yo, you know what would be slick in there? Persona.
That could be cool. I'm about to say Cuphead.
Ooh, that would be cool too.
I
would
doubt
be
it, but
pretty
that'd be
dope.
funny.
Right?
That'd be really
Funny
funny if
is
that
their
happened.
height.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably.
really cool.
I thought they already had them as a dress, like as a clothes for one of those people.
Nah, that's Cobra Kai. They didn't have the characters in it. They just had the uniforms, which is stupid.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
agree.
Yeah,
But then again, you know,
What?
who wants to be, what's his name?
Mugman.
Mugman.
No, from Cobra Kai. What's his name?
Emoji.
Oh, the Cobra Kai people.
Oh, those fucks.
LaRusso.
LaRusso,
Daniel,
yeah, seriously.
Daniel LaRusso.
Johnny,
LaRusso.
maybe, but LaRusso, come on.
Johnny pretty cool.
Yeah, that was not.
No.
No.
You could play as Chris. I don't know. That would have been cool, but I mean,
what?
you know.
Roll around? Like I saw him on Dancing with the Stars. Whew. Man.
So I would say maybe the guy from Callisto Protocol.
Oh,
Would be cool.
yes. That would be dope.
Also,
You know,
the guy from Jedi Survivor, Cal, the new main guy.
Yeah, I know
the
what you're
Star
saying.
Wars guy.
From The Last of Us.
Joel's not in there.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I really thought you were gonna say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those would be
Oh
perfect.
my
for
god,
Fortnite.
I would love
Those
that.
fucks would be
Think
perfect.
so?
Not all of them. No, they should do the
4.
same thing. They're gonna make that game on
Last
the
Ronin.
Last Ronin.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I
That'd
think
be
they'll
super
probably,
dope.
like, remember, they love to sell 4-packs. They'll probably sell the 4 turtles. Then maybe they'll have the Last Ronin edition when, like, the game comes out in the future or something. Or even now, just they're like, fuck it, let's make it based on a comic or
Oh my
whatever.
gosh. Power and Chainsaw Man.
Oh, Chainsaw Man's bound to happen at some point.
Yup, with
Demon
the
Slayer, I'm
chainsaws.
surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Oh my god, Nezuko.
Oh my
yes.
God,
Nezuko
yes.
and Tanjiro.
Holy
Yo,
shit, that
that'd be
needs to
dope.
happen.
And then he's got the backpack and he could bring her out. Like she comes out of the backpack, jumps out.
I don't think they'll do that.
That's
I know,
awesome.
but that would
They're
be super
skins,
cool.
So they have to apply to every character. So they can't have anyone go into Tanjiro's backpack and shit. It'll have to be for everyone then. So that's why they won't do it.
That would be so dope.
Super
Yes.
dope. Great one there.
Anya.
Oh my gosh,
Spy
Lloyd.
Family.
Lloyd
Oh,
and
fuck.
freaking
Oh,
Yor.
man, I'll be
I
all
doubt it,
over
but
that.
that'd be really
Yeah.
funny. That would just be funny. I don't know.
That
I'm
would
pretty
not-
sure
how can
they'll
that be
probably go
funny?
with like.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah, we're
He's
talking about
literally
anime
a spy.
characters. I think they'll probably do something like Bleach or
And
One
she's an
Piece
assassin.
next, and then or something that go a little more classical, like with a Dragon Ball and Naruto. Then go back to something modern, like maybe Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer is most likely. Maybe just Kaisen in there or Black Clover or something. You know, they'll probably throw in some other new
You know what
shit.
they should do? Conquer.
Conquer, I would love
Oh.
Conquer in Fortnite. That'd be epic. But I doubt it. Height, that's a problem. They're too tiny. Those fucks, they're so small. I mean, maybe
They'll
they'll have him
figure
like in a
something
suit or
out.
some shit.
Yeah, maybe you could wear the outfit, but then it's not Conquer.
wear a squirrel tail or something. Like, oh, it's just a Fortnite Jonesy skin. But nah, you got a squirrel tail. It's so different.
Needless
But what
to
about
say,
Grogu, Baby Yoda? You can be Mandalorian, but you can't be Baby Yoda. Grogu.
oh yeah, that's true. They never made him.
I'm surprised they didn't have V from Cyberpunk in there.
Oh,
Cyberpunk.
Hell, maybe even add David from the Edge Runner shit. That'd be cool too.
Yes, Cyberpunk would be perfect. All right,
Great
there's a lot
ideas here,
more.
man.
Yeah, you're dropping bombs.
Killing it.
You're dropping bombs.
Oh, what can I say? Effortless.
All right, all right. So what? I think we're down to our last topic, right?
Yep.
Let's hit it.
Epic Games is set to launch a creative mode in the 10th season of Fall Guys this May. So this is for Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, the game that Epic does own if you did not know. And this kind of this follows how This follows after Fortnite has got its own creative mode in Unreal Engine 5. Ooh, are we seeing a link? Are Fall Guys coming to Fortnite? To be continued.
Oh shit!
What do you guys have to say about this?
Did you say that they're bringing it to That they're bringing it to
What?
Unreal Engine 5?
No. Fortnite's creative mode is Unreal Engine 5. Are we seeing a link? Hey, maybe Unreal Engine 5 Fall Guys is next. Who knows?
That'd be pretty dope.
So yeah, what do you guys have to say about this?
I love Fall Guy.
Fall Guys.
Yeah, Fall Guys is a fun game that...
The S was in my pocket.
The S was in your pocket.
There we go.
That I didn't think was that good until we played it all together.
Right? But,
It
it was
became
always
super fun.
it was always good, but like waiting your turn, you're like fall guy.
It's whack.
And then you get your turn, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it just goes by so fast.
It's a blur.
But playing it together, it's a lot. This is like that show we used to watch. Oh my gosh, we used to bug out watching people wipe out.
Yep.
Yes, but like the old school Wipeout, because I feel like the new versions are not as dramatic and drastic. Like there must have been like some lawsuits or something taking place.
Yeah.
But
A lot of hurt people.
yes, Wipeout definitely. I can't imagine that anybody like didn't really have serious injuries or blackouts after being on that show. But this reminds me of that. Like it's a game almost
that's what it is, a game
off
show.
of that it's like super commercial with the way they make their characters, super cute. And it's so fun. So
Yeah, they hit it out the park.
yeah.
Like they
This
just nailed it.
creative mode, I mean, it depends on how accessible they're going to have it, like how easy it's going to be to go ahead and make these things. Sometimes it's a bit bland or maybe just a bit too complex to like.
Well, like Mama said, I'm assuming it's going to be based off Fortnite's.
We'll see.
It's connected.
Or at least share a base
In
with
the
it because
universe.
Epic
Yeah.
is the one who makes it.
As
All right.
complex
And
as
they
it
own
comes.
this one now, so they pretty much everything they do with Fortnite they've
Hand in
copied
hand.
over to Fall Guys.
Well, I'm excited.
It's gonna be
Gucci
spicy,
Gucci.
that's for sure.
I think so. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We gotta do another Fall Guys.
I
Gameplay?
agree. It's
Oh,
always
yeah.
a good time.
Well deserved. We gotta do it. We gotta
Yep.
do it.
Damn,
Absolutely.
man. The
Well,
40th podcast.
40th podcast
That's
was a long one.
Crazy.
That's insane. Not our
Was
longest,
a
but it is a
long one.
longer one.
But
That's
what's
for
our
sure.
longest?
The Happy New Year's podcast for 2022. Looking back on the best of 2022.
How long was that?
2 hours and 52 minutes, roughly.
Ooh.
Oh wow. All right.
That was long. Well,
So this was a pretty spicy podcast, might I say.
it was.
It was. There was
You
a
guys
lot.
are freaking awesome. We had a lot to say.
We did
We
have a lot
did.
to say.
Oh, we did. So, guys,
Absolutely.
if you like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Mark our Madman out.